Hello, everybody. It is the Go Live Granny. Hi, Lynn here, and I'm live streaming on Sunday, the 8th of June, 2025. And it's been a busy week. And I wonder if you've all had a lovely and busy week as well. I wonder what sort of week you've had. I've been doing all sorts of things. Have I had shenanigans? Yes, I've probably had shenanigans. I'm trying to think. Hello, Elizabeth. Nice to see you coming in there from Facebook. You're the first one in the house, Elizabeth. Nice to see you here. What sort of week have you had, Elizabeth? Has it been busy? Hope everyone is well. Oh, Richard's in as well. Hello, it's been a great week for Richard. Richard's coming in on Facebook. Kath is coming in on... No, Richard's coming in on YouTube. Kath is coming in on Facebook. There we go. I'm confused already. It doesn't take much, does it? And look, I've been joined by Bertie Bassett. So what sort of week has everybody had? What you been all been doing? I've been busy. And today I was busy tidying up, and I've made more mess in my tidying. Hello, Alexandra. Nice to see you in the house. Lovely that you can come in here. You're coming in on YouTube. So we have YouTube, we have Facebook, both working very well. So what have I been doing? I've written a list today. We do have a birthday person today. So I bought my birthday glasses. And I bought my birthday glasses. I was having a joke with Kath earlier because I said, oh, I must get my birthday glasses. And then I put a picture of these up. So look, let me see if I can read well with these on. I tell you what, when I've got these on, you don't get the reflection on my glasses. So maybe that would be good. So Kath has been putting plants in the garden this week. And Richard's saying, oh, yes. So I think he means my birthday glasses. I didn't bring the birthday hat. Now, wait a minute. I have got a hat. I've got a bag of goodies. I've got a hat, but it's not the birthday hat. In one of the things I was doing today was sorting out some of my hats, and I put them all in one of those storage, those big storage bags that you can get. Sort of, they've got wire frames in them. You can collapse them. Thank you, Kath. Yes, let's get Debs in the house because Debs is the birthday girl and she's not in here yet. Well, I can't see her. Maybe she's there, but maybe she can't comment. Sometimes she has that. Sometimes she can't do the comments, and I don't know why. You do mean birthday personages? Excellent. Yeah, absolutely. So Kath had a birthday the other day, and now we've got Debs has a birthday. Actually, today, I believe it is. We will sing to her in due course. I won't sing until everybody puts comment emojis in. Hello, Heather. Nice to see you. Heather coming in from the States there. Debs is watching Facebook. She said, oh, there she is. Hello, happy birthday, Debs. Look, I've got my birthday glasses and I've got my birthday glasses. I'm going to drink to you. There's only one of me, but I thought I can't have a birthday glass. I've got to have birthday glasses to make it more fun. One for me and one for you. There we go. What do you think of my glasses? Look, these. That's everybody saying happy birthday. Don't forget to put the emojis in so that Debs can. I'm not going to sing to Debs until you put lots of emojis, birthday emojis in. I bought these the other day. I bought these in Iceland. And I bought 2 glasses, and I bought a plate. Yes, the lovely birthday girl is in the house. So I bought these the other day. I was going to go on a pub crawl, and then it got cancelled. And I was going to we were going to go sort of do picnicking and things and going around. And I thought, you know what? I bought myself, they're just a strong plastic. And I bought myself a plate and a dish and a couple of glasses. But I never got to use them. So I could drink to Debs out of that, but I was gonna bring my Schlur over. Somebody gave me a bottle of Schlur, which is of course non-alcoholic because I'm not over keen on alcoholic drinks. And never mind, I might get drunk while I'm chatting to you. That wouldn't be good, would it? and so I went to look at it, and it wasn't zero. It wasn't the zero Schlur, so it wouldn't do any good on Slimming World. So I'm going to toast Debs in lemon zero sugar fizz. So I'm going to toast with this. So Richard is tagging Elizabeth. Kath's obviously putting something in the picture, but I can't see it. You know, this silly old system, I don't see all the pictures in the emojis. I can see some of them. I can see the emojis that Alexandra's put in. And Richard's saying his friend Elizabeth is at a strawberry festival in Troy, Ohio, USA today. I haven't got strawberries today, but I will have strawberries tomorrow because I've got a Sainsbury's delivery booked for the morning. So Heather's put in some cakes and some faces, some people blowing, you know, those blow things, whatever you call them, I've forgotten, and some all sorts of lovely birthday emojis Heather's put in. Thank you. And so has Elizabeth. Elizabeth puts cakes and bottles, and oh, she's put glasses in hers. These sort of glasses are in hers. I think I need a hat. Wait a minute. I'll have to have a hat. But it's not a birthday hat, because I started to tell you, I was tidying my bedroom and there was so much stuff around. And on the top of my wardrobes, and Kath will know my wardrobes because Kath and John have been to my house. And John, they weren't wardrobes, they were originally cupboards. And John, Kath's husband, made them into wardrobes. He put some rails in them so I can hang my clothes in them. But there's space on the top. And there was just some rubbish on the top. So I take the rubbish off the top and I've put all my hats into one of those storage boxes and put it up there, forgetting that we had a birthday girl, and the birthday hat's on top of the wardrobe at the moment. So rather than go on the ladder again, because I don't do ladders really, I shouldn't really do ladders, should I? And so I thought I would have this hat. Look, it's a smiley hat. So it's as good as a birthday hat. The birthday hat's a bit shabby. So this is better than the birthday hat. Let's have a look. So let's see who. Right. So Kath is toasting Debs with rooibos tea. Rooibos tea. There we go. Excellent. And Richard's put in. I can't see what that is. Is it a trophy? Is it a birthday trophy? I can't see it. So small on this screen. One of these days I will have a bigger screen to live stream from. But who knows? Hello, Steve is in the house. Hello, Steve. Nice to see you. Nice. Oh, Alexandra's come across to Facebook instead so she can wish Debs a happy birthday. That's right, because obviously, oh, I know what I should do. If Debs is on Facebook, I should put, I tell you what, because Debs is on Facebook, thank you for reminding me. A raspberry berry? Right, okay. What is raspberry berry? I don't, oh, is that what that was? I can't see. Right, so wait a minute, let me show you. Look, so Alexandra was putting out, she had put some emojis over there on YouTube, but she's come across to Facebook so she can talk to you on Facebook, which is good. Right, let's have a look. Oh, wait a minute, I need to get that off stage. I don't know how to do that. Whoops, hang on. Wait a minute. Oh, there we go. Oh dear, it's so fiddly on this little thing here. Right, let's see. Somebody else. Let's see the other emoji. Look, Heather. Whoops. Heather put some emojis up there as well. So there we go. She put those up. Whoops. Let's have a look. Who else did? Oh, Elizabeth put. Oh, you can see the ones. I'll put Elizabeth up so that those of you on YouTube can see as well. There we go. Right, hide from the stage. Let's go. Whoops. There we go. All right. Lovely. So we're all toasting you, Debs. Debs, have you had a lovely day? Everyone's saying hello to Steve. Steve saying hello. Look like you're off to a rave. I am off to a rave. Well, look, it's the birthday. It's my happy birthday glasses. I can't see anything much with them on. But because the birthday hat's on now in a thing on top of the wardrobe, because I put that up there before I remembered there was a birthday today. And then so this one wasn't on the wardrobe. This one was standing on. I've got a very large granny gnome, one of those Asda the gnomes that come from Asda, one of our shops here in the UK. And it's a granny doing knitting, and some of the Go Live Granny community gave me that granny, and I use her as a doorstop in my bedroom to prop my door open, and I use it as a hat stand. So this goes on it. And I have other hats that go on it sometimes. And I'll show you other hat that I've got in my bag as well. So, yeah. So I'm not sitting at the best angle. This sofa is a bit far back. I have another sofa over there. Maybe next week I will live stream from over there because I think I could sit a bit more upright. If I sit upright, I haven't got anything to lean my back on. It's a very comfy sofa, but it's not comfy for doing the live streaming. Never mind. We'll manage. We'll manage how we can. Yes, Lynn. Hi, Heather. Oh, look. Oh, Kath's gone. She's gone berserk. Look at this. I think she's trying to get the gold medal for the most birthday emojis. You've certainly done a lot there. I'm not going to count them. I'll be here all night counting those. But well done, Kath, on all that. Thank you. Let's take that. Oops, hang on. Wait a minute. We need to take them. Oh, hang on. How do I get them off the... Oh, they've gone now. Right, so hello, Tracy. Tracy is in the house now as well. And whoops. And whoops, hang on. Tracy is there. She's come in with her birthday emojis as well. Excellent. Whoops, now. There's a mix on YouTube of magic. A mix of magic. Dear, oh dear. Well, I was having fun with Kath earlier. We were having a chat, and I said, as if by magic, I magicked my glasses, these glasses and these glasses. We were having a bit of a fun. And then I said I needed a magic wand. So she produced a picture of a magic wand. Because that's what we can do. Let's have a look. What have you been doing today, Debs? Has Bandit been celebrating with you? Is Bandit an animal? Is Bandit a dog? I'm not a bandit. You're not thinking I'm a bandit, are you? No, I would have to have one of those things that you tie around to make me look. I'm not a bandit, really. So anyway, I have a bag of goodies at the side here. I've got a list of some of the things I've been doing, but actually, why don't I sing to Kath? Not to Kath. We've had Kath's birthday. Oh dear, I'd be dangerous if I had a brain. Let's sing to Debs. All right, now all of you, sing as loud as you can wherever you are. Oh look, Tracy's come in with birthday cakes and balloons. Look, all those lovely things. So let's. Oh, hang on. Oh, there we go. Her dog. A bandit's her dog. Magic roundabout, Lynn. It missed off the second half. Oh, it's missed the second half of the message. Sorry, Richard. I don't know. Lovely emojis. Right, hang on. Oh, Tracy. Sorry, not stopping. Poor Tracy's had a hectic day, so going for a nice soak, but just popped in to say hi to you all and wish Debs a happy birthday. We'll catch up on the replay. Okie dokie, Tracy. Thank you very much. Go and have a lovely soak. And, soak all those cares away. Have a relax in your bath. So Debs is saying, lovely emojis. She had... and a strawberry cream cake plus extra strawberries and cream. Oh, my goodness, that sounds delicious. Roundabout mix as 90s rave tune. Oh, right, okay. Sorry, you're losing me a bit there, Richard. I wasn't quite sure what you were saying. Anyway, Deb says, no, Kath, oh dear. And I haven't even had anything to drink yet, not even my lemon fizz. Kath says, Deb Stevens, that sounds delicious. It sounds delicious, but it's not good for my slimming world. And I haven't had a good week this week. I tried hard, but I didn't lose weight. In fact, I put a bit on. But you know what? I am not going to worry about it because I'm still more than 3 stone lighter than when I started. And some weeks you win and sometimes you don't. And I actually haven't really been naughty, but I don't know, maybe I forgot to write some things down. What have you been doing this week, Lynn? Oh, what haven't I been doing? I feel like I've been so busy. I've been busy doing all sorts of things. So I wrote it down. Look, I made a little list so that I could remember because I don't always remember what I do. So we were last together last Sunday, weren't we? I was here at home on Sunday. I haven't been back to my daughter's yet. I've been at home all this week. Well, I haven't been at home. I've been residing on the island and I've been out and about. some out and about and some chilling and resting, because I got to take it, I have to pace myself. But I've still been very busy. So on Monday, I started my week. So I was chatting to you last Sunday, and then I had done a Sainsbury's order. On Saturday night, I did a Sainsbury's order to come on Monday. And I'm a bit of a meanie. I don't like paying a big amount for delivery. So I looked, and the ordinary delivery, with a 2-hour slot, was £5 or £4. That's far too much for me. I could have another couple of meals for that. So I looked at the saver slot, and on the saver slot, it was £2, only £2 delivery, but they gave you a big window. So it was between, they said they would come between 7 in the morning and 11 in the morning. She hasn't been abseiling down the Spinnaker Tower. I'm glad she hasn't. Who hasn't? Debs hasn't, or me haven't? Who are you talking about, Richard? Not quite sure. So anyway, so yes, so I was thinking, oh, I'll have to set my alarm, because otherwise I'll be asleep when they ring the doorbell, and I might not. I haven't got a doorbell. They can't ring a doorbell. Oh dear, dangerous with the brain. They have to knock on my door. I need to sort out my Ring doorbell. I did have a Ring doorbell and it went wrong, so I need to sort that out. But at the moment, they just have to knock on my door. And I thought, oh, if I'm asleep, I might not hear them knocking on the door. So I thought I'd better set an alarm. But before I went to bed on Sunday night, I got an email from Sainsbury's saying, we will be delivering to you between 9:57 and 10:57. Precisely. It didn't say precisely, but that's what it sounded like. What funny hours, and it actually did come between that time. So it meant I didn't have to get up early, and I'd only paid £2 for the delivery slot. So I was happy. I was a happy bunny. And also I was happy because what had happened a few weeks ago, you might have known I had shenanigans with shopping in Sainsbury's in Cowes. Me. I have not been abseiling down the Spinnaker Tower, and I would only abseil down the Spinnaker Tower if it was to save my life. There's no way I would be doing it otherwise. That is the only reason that I would abseil down the Spinnaker Tower. So me and heights. I don't do heights. I hate heights. It's sometimes I even even the smallest height makes me feel giddy. Not quite falling off the curb. That's not too bad. That's sort of height. But I don't like being up high. I should not have gone on the ladder today, but I did, because I needed to put that box up on the top of the wardrobe. And you know what? I've done some tidying, but I've made more mess. Win-win. Absolutely. Oh, I'd love to abseil down the Spinnaker Tower, says Debs, looking at zip lining in Wales. Whoa! Debs, did you know Tristan did the zip lining in Wales? I'm glad he told me after he'd done it and showed me the video after he'd done it, because I get nervous watching people doing it or knowing if they're doing it. When my children were younger, and we'd go to places like Carisbrooke Castle or anything like that, I'd let them go and do the things, but I couldn't watch them. Somebody else had to be in charge of them. So even when they were walking round the top of the castle, round the parapety bit, oh, that's it, bit of a tongue twister. I'd let them do it, but I couldn't watch them. It made me frightened even to watch them, but I didn't want to stop them doing it. So they did it, but I didn't look. And so I've had this fear of height. Can you imagine what it was like for me when I was in France on a French exchange, and the people I was with, so I was sort of about, how old would I have been? Probably about 15, maybe, something like that. And the people I was staying with made me walk down from the first level on the Eiffel Tower. And that was terrifying, absolutely terrifying. I didn't dare argue with them, because that's what they, I was in their care. I don't know that it was it wasn't good for my heart. So they're not sure how they were looking after me by terrifying me. And It's that bit, you know, on the Eiffel Tower. So you get the legs and then you get that where it starts to go thinner. That bit, I walked down from there all the way down to the ground. And when I started out, the cars looked like ants right on the ground. And I was absolutely terrified. It's bad enough even if it's, you know, if it's a solid space you're standing in when you don't like heights, but you could see through the steps of the Eiffel Tower as well. How I did it without sort of, just being so scared. I was scared, but was I glad when I got on the ground? Right. So yes, Richard's saying I wouldn't like the glass floor at the CN Tower in Toronto. No, I would not. I would not. Or microlight as a passenger at 1,000 feet above Wellington Monument. No, near Taunton, Somerset. You did it in 2005. I would only have done it if it was to save my life, because that's it. I don't like any of those sorts of things. I like my feet more on the ground. Let's have a look. Kath saying the zip line in Wales looks amazing, but not for her. So yes, so I sort of diverted, didn't I? Went off to Paris there. Come back from Paris, Lynn, and get on with what you were saying. I can't remember what I was saying before I said I went to Paris. I had a lovely time in Paris. And then, actually, my second husband didn't do me any favours then. He took me to Paris. Nice romantic weekend. And then he decided we were going to dine up the Eiffel Tower. And I'm not quite sure. Maybe that's why the marriage didn't last. No, it wasn't. But it wasn't the best place in the world to take me when I was frightened of heights. I've had many a thing where I've been scared. Oh, another one. It was in Paris. When I was in Paris on that same time with the Eiffel Tower, it was good fun. I bet it was good fun if you like that sort of thing. But if you're frightened of it, it's not so much good fun. I went up Notre Dame when I was on that the French exchange, and there on the Notre Dame there are two towers, and then there's a bit between. And this bit, if you've never been up there, you won't know, but it's a walkway between the two towers, and it's to me it was very narrow, probably not that narrow, but it was a drop down both sides. Terrifying, absolutely terrifying for me. So I like to keep my feet more on the ground. I was telling you about my week and pub crawl on Sunday. Yeah, so the pub crawl didn't happen, but they postponed it. There is a pub crawl going to happen, and I'm just debating whether I'm going on it. My friend Jan said she wants to go, and I've just got to check whether I'm going back to my daughter's or not. My shopping delivery on Monday. Thank you. My age memoir. Thank you, Kath. My personal secretary. Tracy usually prompts me, but she's gone to have a soak. So that's good. So anyway, so I've read the comments and forgotten what it said. Glass bridges would worry you in case they break. And it's daft because these things are so strong. I don't know why we think like that. I used to worry about walking on a pier. I mean, I know they used to call me Lynn the Pin when I was younger because I was, I never had a weight problem when I was young, and I was Lynn the Pin, but I wasn't that skinny enough to fall through those little gaps on the pier. But it terrified me as a child. I was absolutely terrified walking on piers. I'm better now. I have walked down the pier. I'm still not as comfortable as some people, but there you go. So wait a minute. Let's have a look. Have I missed any comments? No. Okay. So you owe your PE teacher loads for taking you fortnightly to Wales. Oh, right. Okay, that's good. That sounds nice. And Richard saying, as was my pre-Christmas luncheon flight, December 1995, a 90-minute charter flight on Concorde, £350 bargain above Bay of Biscay at Match 2. Match 2 is what's that? Match 2, I don't know what that is, with female co-pilot in charge of plane. So she knew it was safe. You knew it was safe. Okay, excellent. So yes, so let's go back to Monday and my delivery. So I had my shopping delivery, and then the rest of the day I was home. I'm trying to get my clutter cleared up, but you know, I make more mess when I'm trying to clear up the clutter. I've put one container with all my hats and things on the top of the wardrobe, and so it must be tidier, but I'm not tidier. It's made more mess. It gets messier before it gets tidy. And I think this is going to be a project forever. Forever. I think this place will only get tidy when I'm here no more, and somebody comes in to tidy it after I've popped me clogs. But I'm not intending to do that anytime soon. Match 2 is twice the speed of sound. Oh right, thank you, Debs. I didn't know what that meant. I need interpreters here. Thank you very much. That makes sense, total sense now. I couldn't work out what it was, but thank you. I do need, you know, all your help for these things. So anyway, Monday, I don't think there was anything more significant going on than me trying to tidy. And of course, I get tired, so I have to sit down and rest, and maybe I have to do some knitting. I've done quite a bit of knitting this week. Let me show you what I've been knitting. Oh, I've forgotten to bring the pattern over, but I have been knitting this, right? But it's got a lot of stitches. Look, it's got over 200 stitches on it. And it is a cardigan for my friend Jan. She asked if I would make this, and that's what I'm doing. And I love the wool because, whoops, hang on. Sorry, I've got a bag down here with all my goodies in. Whoops, oh no. I'm dropping things on the floor. So look, it's a ball of wool like that, and it knits randomly like this. Now, it's got so many stitches on because it's knit the back and the front, it's knitted all in one piece. They're gorgeous colours, aren't they? And it's knitted all in one piece. And I think that's because it knits randomly. If you knit it all in one piece, so that's the sides, and normally you'd knit the two fronts and then the back, and then you'd put seams up the side. But it's all knitted in one to go right round, you know. And I think it's done like that probably to keep the patterns a little bit less random, because if you knitted a front and then you knitted the other front, it might not be sort of so. This is coming out in. This is just this wool never ceases to amaze me, that it's like that on the ball, and then it makes such lovely patterns. And I love the colours of this. And you know, if this works out well, I might make myself one, but not in exactly the same colour. There are lots of different coloured combinations in this sort of wool. And my favourite wool shop over there, Helena Isle of Wool. It is pretty, isn't it, Heather? It reminds me almost of ice creams and things. No, you don't get. Well, yes, you do get blue ice cream, but I don't know. It's those sort of sorbets and things. That's what it reminds me of. Anyway, I took a long time to get going with this because I had to cast on 256 stitches. I'm used to making little toys, smoothie hats, all little things on small needles. And I had to get out the big needle. How can you knit a jumper without a back and a front, Lynn? Well, what it will do, it will just wrap round. So really, sort of, that's probably bit is the front, and this is the back, and that's the other bit of the front. When you get to where the sleeves are, then you do it differently. Something else happens. I don't know. I haven't got up that far yet, but I've never done one like this where it's all in one piece. So Heather's saying we have a blue ice cream here in the States called Superman. Yes, I mean they do all those sorts of colours of ice creams, and in fact we've got a wonderful ice cream shop over in Ventnor where Pauline lives. Pauline is one of the Go Live Granny community, and she posts. She looks at a lot of the posts on the Go Live Granny page, and I had put up a post of from Crave Ice Cream Shop, and they make all sorts of different flavors of ice cream. It's just amazing, and so I shared that to my page. And then I tagged Pauline in it because I know she goes into that shop quite often. And so I tagged her in it and I said, have you been? And then she said, yes, she had. She went there. And I said, what did you choose? And she told me all the flavors that she chose. She gets some and she takes it home because she lives near there. So she can have a tub and take it home and put it in her freezer. But it's amazing. I mean, it's very popular with the tourists. And when I was in Ventnor, a while back, it must have been, when was it? Must have been sometime last year. I was in there with Pauline and was I in there with Yvonne, I think. Yes, Richard saying Ventnor ice cream shop is excellent. He knows it. So Richard's saying, if you knitted front separate, it would be like Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat. Yes, so if I knitted the front and then knitted the other front, the wool wouldn't necessarily match like this. But if you do it all in one, that's probably why they do it like that, to make it less random. I don't know. Some people might like it totally random. But anyway, that's the way it's done. I've not done one like that before. But as I say, I knitted, I had to put switch stitch on, had to cast on 256 stitches. Hello, Corrie! How nice to see you. Yes, you did miss a birthday. You have happy birthday over your glasses, Lynn. By the way, you turned 59 on Tuesday. Oh, well, I have to sing to you as well then. We have a birthday girl and a birthday boy. All right, folks. Folks, we need some more emojis because Steve had a birthday this week and I didn't know. If any of you have birthdays, you have to let me know because otherwise I don't have a crystal ball, so I don't know when everybody's birthday is. I did know it was Kath the other day because I asked her earlier on in the year because I didn't want to miss it, because I think I probably missed it last year. I don't know. And so we like to celebrate. So if you want us to celebrate, we have to know. So thank you, Tris, for your emoji. So what emoji? Did he put an emoji in? Is Tris in the broadcast? I don't know. Steve gets all his prescriptions for free from next year. Oh, I've had my prescriptions for free for a long time. I've had my prescriptions free for 14 years. Because I know the women are getting their pensions and all those things later. But I think do people still get their pensions at 60? I know no, wait a minute. No, prescriptions at 60. The pensions for the ladies are, behind the men, aren't they? Because my sister-in-law was 66 or 67 when she got her pension. I was lucky. I got my pension at 60. So there we go. Richard's is August the 7th. I'm going to have to write these down. All right. You have to send me messages. Send me a message in my messenger box and I will put them onto my diary. And then I will try and remember to look at my diary to make sure I remember them. That's might be the only way. So Heather's putting in some emojis for Steve. There, look, she's put some emojis, cakes, and somebody blowing the streamers and some streamy things. I don't know what those. They look like cones with stream. Are they poppers? They're party poppers, I think, aren't they? I think that's what we'll call them. Something like that. Wait a minute. Let's take that off. There we go. Oh dear, hang on. I'm going to put this down because I'm going to drop the stitch, because if these needles, if I finish a row, there's too many stitches on the needle and they might fall off the end. So I leave it. I'm not taking it out and about. I leave it like that, half done, so that I've got half the knitting on one side and half the knitting on the other side. Whoops, let's put that down. I don't want to lose any stitches off of there. I was going to tell you, rising to 67 next year, what, the pension? Oh dear. You get your state pension when you're 68, Steve says. Oh, so is everybody's pensions gone up? I don't mean gone up in money. I mean gone up in age, because I thought it was the women's. I'm a bit confused by it all, but then I get confused by everything, don't I? Later in it, did I? They sent a Facebook message. Chris, oh, he sent a Facebook message to you, popped up across the top of your screen. Oh, right, okay. I wasn't sure whether he was in. I didn't think he was in the broadcast, but so my son Tristan, he knows Deb, and that's how I know Deb, because Tristan introduced me to Deb some years ago when I was further up country, up in the north, and then I was introduced to Deb way back then. So, oh, hello, Susan's in the house. And oh yes, Susan, we have to celebrate Susan's birthday as well. Come on, we need more emojis for Susan, because I missed her birthday because I didn't know it was on May the 28th. So hers was just before Kath's. Kath's was the 30th, Susan's was the 28th. So come on, folks, we need even more emojis. No pensions, 66 equal. Right, okay. Prescription 60. Your state pension not until 67. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm just jolly glad that I didn't have to wait another 7 years for my pension. So I have my pension, fortunately. Right, okay, let's go up. Wait a minute. Lots of comments. Oh, look, here we go. Right, show on stage. That's it. Says right. So there we go. Kath put happy belated birthday to Alexandra, Susan, and Steve. Oh, did I miss Alexandra's comment as well? Wait a minute. I must go back. Then I must have missed some comments there. Oh, there we go. Oh, Alexandra's was June the 1st. Oh my goodness! Wow. Right. We do. I tell you what. I must get my glass filled up. I must get my glass filled up, and then I can have a drink so that my throat won't be so dry. Whoops. Woo. Hang on, that glass has still got a label on it. Let's do the one I took the label off. Here. Whoops. Oh dear, oh dear. There we go. We're ready to do the cheers. Cheers, my dears. Anybody else got a birthday now? Mine's in September, folks. We got a little while for mine. So we have a lot of birthday people, don't we? What a lot of birthday people. Wait a minute, here we go. Happy birthday, Susan, says Heather's put all hers up. Look. So that's happy birthday. Oh, whoops. Hang on. Right, so both pensions equal at the moment, Lynn, at 66, rising to 67 next year, then 68. My goodness, it's dreadful, isn't it? So Susan says she thinks she has to be 67 or 68 before she can get her pension too. Well, for some reason, I'm not sorry, I'm a little bit older. I am in some ways, but not in others, you know. And age is only a number, isn't it? Right, okay. Belated happy birthday to Kath and Alexander. Oh my, look, all these messages. Excellent. And oh, Heather's put some, right, look, Heather's put all hers for Alexandra. My goodness, this is a birthday fest, isn't it? There we go. Wait a minute. Whoa. Now it's not moving. Oh, help. The comments are not moving now. Wait a minute. Oh, hang on. So Steve is saying happy birthday, Susan. Whoops, hang on. And Corey is saying happy birthday, Steve. There we go. Oh, hang on, I've lost it. The younger ones will be 70 if the state pension still exists then. Yes, I don't know if it will. Do you? Wait a minute. Did I get all the comments there? Did I? Oh, here we are. Oh, no. Corrie is saying she's come on in YouTube as she couldn't see you, Lynn, and the comments at the same time. No, because sometimes the comments go above my face. What I need to do is I need to get a laptop, or I need to get a bigger gadget. I used to my tablet that I used to do some on the tablet and on the phone. It's not working very well now. I think it's past its a bit sell by date. It did very well, but not so good. I am trying to think about getting a laptop, and if I could do the laptop and have the phone and do go between the two. I think we might get there, because I actually want to do the broadcasts in landscape. It would be much better. I don't like having the, the smaller space this way. Tristan always said it was much better to have it in landscape, but it won't let me go in landscape for some reason. I don't know why. So let's take that off of there. Did I miss anybody? Oh, Steve said cheers. Everybody's wishing everybody happy birthday here. Those of us who don't have a birthday are in the minority, I think, here. So wait a minute. So Debs is saying, Kath, shopping for food, sad. Keeping out of the decorating, okay. And watercolour painting, yeah. So there we go. Kath saying, the younger ones will be 70 if there's still a state pension then. Hang on. Right. And Susan's saying she's got more years to work than she has worked already. It's crazy. Oh dear. Don't wish your life away though. Thanks, Corrie, says Steve. We might as well have a party. Oh, hang on a minute. If I'd have known we had so many birthdays, I wouldn't have to go and get this other prop. Stay there, talk amongst yourself. Actually, talk to Bertie Bassett while I'm gone. Wait a minute, I've got to be careful I don't knock my drink over now. Hang on, let's put that there. Don't go away, I shall be back. I will be back. Got to wiggle through this space. Whoops. Oh. When I got this, I didn't know I was going to use it so soon. So here we go. Oh. Hang on a minute. It's in a bag. Let's see if I can open the bag. Oh. I must have known. I bought this when I was at my daughter's. When I was in the range, she took me in the range the other day. I showed you a load of goodies I bought in the range, but I forgot to show you this last week. When I was showing you all the props I bought in there. I didn't have this. This was in the other room. Whoops. Hang on. I'm having to split the plastic bag to get it out. Whoa. Here we go. Oh dear. Oh dear. I knew there was a reason why I bought this. Whoops. Nearly there. Look! Let's party! All right. There you are. What do you think of that? Let's party. I think it's supposed to be a thing that you put on the table that you put your party food on. But I think it's much better like that. I could have worn it on as a hat. But then you wouldn't see it because it goes off the top. Maybe. Wait a minute. Let's bring you nearer. No. I don't know. I've got you on a tripod here. Let's have a look. Pass the task of jelly and ice cream. We might as well party, mightn't we? But anyway, there you go. Look, let's party. But I haven't got the party poppers because I don't know where they are. They're in one of the sets of drawers, but I've got drawers in here, drawers in the other room, drawers behind me, and I'm not quite sure which drawer they're in because I haven't labelled all the drawers yet. I'm getting there bit by bit, but it's taking me a long time. But it doesn't matter. All in my own time. Right, wait a minute, hang on. There we go. Wait a minute. Right, so Debs is saying, Susan, hope you have had a good birthday. Richard's saying, send messages with some community birthdays, Lynn, for your diary. Thank you. You've sent me some messages. That's brilliant. When I get off the phone and when I go to my messages after this, I will put them in my phone. I am using my online diary. I used to write them in the diary and then I would always lose the diary. So although it's nice to have them in that form, it's no good if you lose the diary. So if I'm starting to be able to use an online at it, don't I? So for tomorrow, I've got my online shopping in there. I've got various other events in there. So let's hope that that will be a system that works for me. You think I'd have found a system now at 74 years old? You think I would have worked it out by now? Oh dear, oh dear. Wait a minute. So Susan's had a good day. Your grandchildren probably have to wait to 75. Yes, there probably will be no pensions when it's there. I mean, my oldest grandchildren have just turned 18. The twins have just turned 18. The youngest one is 3, nearly 4. So there we go. Oops. Dear, oh dear. Right, absolutely perfect, said Heather. And lots of clapping from, look, lots of emojis coming in from Kath. There we go. Loads of emojis. There we go. Right. So, do you know what? When I touch and get the next comment, it jumps. Then I have to scroll back. We're going to have to. Oh, there we are. Dev's saying Bandit the dog is dreaming. Sounds like he's singing happy birthday to everyone, dreaming of Dog Fest yesterday. Right. Oh, and Jan and her daughter, they run a dog business. They run a dog biscuit business. They make dog biscuits and dog treats, and that's going very well. And Jan's daughter, Jan, who I do the community cuppa warm space with, they've been to dog trials this weekend, and her daughter's going to be doing a dog walking and dog sitting service soon as well. So that's brilliant. And there's a lot of doggy people on the island and come to the island, so I think that will be a business that's well used. Hello, Sam. Sam is in the house where friend Janet says hi. Hello, Janet, and hello, Sam. So Kath is saying, Debs, so you treated the dog to a good time today. Maybe it was the dog's birthday as well. Who knows? Let's have a look. I don't actually want to. Whoops. Oh, hang on. Steve doesn't actually want to stop work till he's somewhere in his 70s anyway. Running up and down the ladder, keeping you fit. That's all right as long as you can still run up and down the ladder and you don't fall off the ladder. So that would not be good. I went on. I've got a little ladder with 2 steps on it, and I don't like heights. So by the time I got on the second step, that wasn't a good plan. But I needed to reach the top of the wardrobe, so I managed to do it without, And on the second one I put up, I only went on the first step, and I tipped it and pushed it up like that, rather than the different way, if you know what I mean. Those claps were for your Let's Party star. Oh, you were clapping because you love my star. Isn't it gorgeous? And you know what? I think this was something like, I think it was only, let me tell you, how much was it? Does it say on here? I think it was only about £2 or something like that. It certainly wasn't very much, because I wouldn't have bought it if it was expensive. But I think it was only about £2. I thought it was a real one. I couldn't make it for that really, because it's quite stiff card, and by the time you'd fancied all that, it wasn't worth trying to make something like that. So I thought I would buy that. So we'll have Let's Party. I don't know if you can. Let's Party. Can you? Let me see it. Let's keep it there. Let's Party. Okie dokie. Oh, these glasses keep falling down. But the fact is that when I've got the dark glasses on, you don't get the reflection in my ordinary glasses, which is probably better. So let's have a look. So we've got a Let's Party. Kath. Debs is saying, Kath, my son took him yesterday asleep 5 minutes after returning. Love to. Whoops. Hang on. Oh, there's Jan now. Hello, Jan. We were just talking about you. Did you hear me say that? I was talking about your lovely dog business. So I don't know how many people are in or from the island, but I was spreading the news of your dog business, Jan. I hope you've had a good day today. Have you? Wait a minute. So Kath's saying, look, Kath is saying, Debs. Whoops, hang on. I bet he did. So So for those who are just coming in and don't know, I put in the comments up because we're streaming on YouTube and Facebook. And if you're on YouTube, you can see all the YouTube people commenting, and if you're on Facebook, you can see the Facebook commenting. But you can't see across the way the others. But I'll just read them out because it's getting a bit tricky for me to put them up. And if it's emojis, I'll do it. So anyway, here's Jan. This is my friend Jan. Look, coming in here and saying good evening there. So we hope you've had a good day. Hang on, wait a minute. That's it. So, oh, right. She's had a busy weekend at the sheepdog trails. Yes, I was saying that you were at an event. Oh, there we are. Look, Debs wants some details of your dog biscuits. There you are. You see, networking is what I do. Talking of which, I need to talk about that as well. Hang on. Oh, Kath is saying hello to Corrie. Oh, Kath is back over on back on YouTube. Kath's on YouTube saying hello to Corrie, and she's saying happy birthday to Steve and Susan. Oh dear, I'm trying to keep up with all these comments. Right, Debs wants to make a chair that turns into a ladder. Love the big star. Do I get a big star? Wait a minute. Hang on. There we go. Right. So, pardon me if I miss any comments, folks, and if I do and it's important, just put them in again. So there we are, Jan. Debs wants details of the dog biscuits. Sam's saying his friend Joyce wish my husband a happy 89th. Oh, she's saying wish her husband a happy 89th birthday for Thursday. What's his name? How many? Richard, are you keeping count? How many birthdays have we got? So we've got Debs. We started with Debs. We've had Alexandra's. We've had Steve's. We've had, who else's? Oh, Susan's the other day. And now we've got Joyce's husband. What's his name? How many birthdays are we celebrating? Goodness me. I won't light any candles because I'll set the house on fire if we have to do everybody's birthday. I don't mind singing all those birthdays for all those birthdays. His name is Jim. Right. Okay. I'll tell you what. I'm going to write down the birthdays. So we've got Deb's today. We've had Susan's. We've had Alexandra's. We've had Steve's. We've got Jim's. Who else did I miss out? Anybody else? So his name is Jim. Jim is Joyce's husband. Okay, we're getting there. Oh, who knew we were going to have such a big party tonight? I think we need birthday cake. So happy birthday to your dad. Good innings. 89. Which one is best, Facebook or YouTube? It doesn't matter, Alexandra. It just is. It's what is preferable to you. Which one you find them easiest. Some people find YouTube easier. Some people find Facebook easier. I know that somebody said that if they were on Facebook, the comments were coming across my face. You know, sometimes it's writing the words as I'm saying them, and sometimes that goes across my face. So I hope that when I can get all my gadgets and things sorted out, that it might not be so much problem. I would be able to sit further away maybe as well. I'm right on top of my phone here. I have to be near my phone because I've got to scroll. But actually, it's better like that, isn't it? I'm going to take my hat off. Oh, no, I'm going to keep it on. It's the glasses that Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Right, wait a minute. So, oh my goodness me, Kath. Wow, Kath put I think she's put about 89 emojis for Jim. Look, I'm going to show you here. Look. Can you see all those emojis that Kath's put in? Happy 89th birthday, Jim. How amazing. Enjoy. Loads and loads of emojis there. And then Heather's saying happy birthday, Jim. She's putting more emojis. Oh my goodness, what a lot of emojis we've got tonight. I think we'll be emojied out. And Jan is saying, because Jan came in late, she might not know all the birthday people. Look, she's saying happy birthday to all who are celebrating. I thought I was coming in here to say happy birthday to Debs. Didn't realize that we'd had all these other birthdays that I didn't know about. So I think so. Wait a minute. So this is it, folks. Tell me if I've missed anybody. So I've put Debs, Susan, Alexandra, Steve, Jim. Anybody else? Who did I miss? I'm sure I missed some. Let's have a look. And what a fabulous September party our parents had. Yes, are we 9 months on from September? Yes. Must have been to celebrate my birthday. Yeah, my birthday's in September. And then all the parents were celebrating because of my birthday. And all these other birthdays came as a result. Is that what it is? Maybe. Right. So anyway. If I haven't put all your emojis up, please forgive me, folks, because I can't, I'm struggling with all the comment. Oh, yes, Kath. Sorry. Of course, Kath. She wants second birthday. That's all right, Kath. We'll put you in. There we go. So we've got Kath, Jim, Steve, Alexandra, Susan, and Deb. Anybody else? If there's any more birthdays, speak now or forever hold your peace, because I'm going to sing. And then I'm going to sing to all of these people. All right. So anybody else? Have we missed anybody? I don't know. I don't think we have. Unless there's anybody coming in late. Look, I'm going to have to have a little refresh. Happy birthday. This is cheers. Cheers, my dears. Happy birthday to everybody. I think there are more people on here with birthdays. Oh, Sam's friend Jackie is in 2 weeks. Shall we sing to Jackie now as well? All right, let's put Jackie on there as well. I've got a list. I've got a little list now. So, are we ready? Are you all ready? Are you all going to sing? I know I won't hear you, but sing along. Maybe there's some music. Are there musical notes emojis? I don't know. If there are, then somebody put those in and I'm going to sing. I'm just going to prepare to sing now. Whoops. Hang on. Whoops. Oh, yeah, you had a sing. Yes, you did we did sing to you, Kath, last week, but I know you don't want to miss out. So we're going to do it. And Steve's counting me in. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Debs and Susan and Alexandra and Steve and Jim and Kath and Jackie. Happy birthday to you. And Heather's come in with the music. She's on the percussion or whatever it is. Look, she's come in with all the musical notes. Thank you so much. I love how interactive you're making this. It's wonderful. Doesn't make, it does. It's just so nice, isn't it? That we can all participate in whatever way. So that's good. Oh, and Alexandra's got some keyboard in there as well. She's got the microphones in too. Look at this. My goodness, you are all excelling. I think you all have a gold star tonight. Everybody can have a gold star because you're doing very well with all these emojis. What fun. And Steve is singing. He's singing. Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday to all of us. Happy birthday to us. Us. Well done. There we go. Oh, dear. Time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? Heather provided the tune. Absolutely. Heather and Alexandra provided the tunes there. And the rest of you, I hope you all sang. Did you all sing? I hope so. My throat is getting sore. So there we go. Fabulous. Wonderful. So do you want to hear more about my week? Oh, Kath's putting lots of emojis up again. Look, she's put up some emojis with stars in their eyes, and lots of gold stars. Excellent. Well done. So there we go. And Heather's just having a little laugh there. She's saying, ha, ha, ha. So that's marvellous. Well done, everybody. This is wonderfully interactive. I mean, what an amazing evening we're having, aren't we? I've had an amazing week. Lots of things. So let me tell you more about my week. So it was the highlight of Monday was the Sainsbury's shopping. And I started to tell you, I don't normally shop with Sainsbury's. I always thought Sainsbury's was a bit expensive, but actually it's not. If you look and do the things that are Aldi matching Aldi. So Heather, Sainsbury's is one of our stores here in the UK, and it was a bit more on the expensive side at one stage, but we have Aldi and Lidl here, and they are cheaper, tend to be cheaper supermarkets. I mean, they all vary depending on their offers, but Sainsbury's now price match a lot of the things with Aldi. So I base a lot of my shopping on the Aldi price matches. And so, but as I say, I don't normally shop in Sainsbury's. To get to Sainsbury's physically is difficult for me, because we do have a little Sainsbury's down in our in Union Street in Ryde, but because it's one of those small convenience stores, it tends to be more expensive. And so I'm looking for a bargain. You know, I always love a bargain, but I have shopped in there occasionally. You know, it's a bit handy because we have, oh well, now we've got Morrison's. Our post office has turned into a Morrison's, but I had a nightmare in there last week. I think I told you. I went to post a letter, and it was like 9 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't. It was like an assault course in there. So I tried to go round to the post office, and there was the barriers for the post office and an empty shopping trolley, and my Navy Nora had a job to get between the two. I don't know why the empty shopping trolley was there, probably just to make another obstruction. And then when I went round this was Friday of last week. I think I told you in last week's broadcast. Jan had asked me to pop in and get some milk. So I then went from the post office side round to the other bit of the shop, and then I tried to go down to get the milk, and I was met by one of those cages, you know, the cages that they put all the food in, and that the width of the aisle is only about as wide as the cage, and the man was pushing it down, so I had to back up, and then I went up the other one, and there was another man pushing another cage down and back up. And I think I've told you, when I got to the counter, I said, "Oh, what a blooming assault course this is!" And then the girl behind the counter she was doing something else. So she wasn't serving the customer; she was doing something. And she said, "Oh, it's an Uber order." So I didn't even know we did Uber orders or anything. So I had to wait to be served, and then I said, "Oh, you know, about it being a bit of an assault course," and she said, "Well, we could close the shop while we do all this." And I just thought that was very rude. But anyway, I won't be shopping in there anymore, because I do not want to be run over by one of these things with all this food in it. And you know, it was just not a good experience. So hang on, let's see. The comments are going past. So Sainsbury's put up a Huntingdon Armed Forces Day poster, 28th of June. We've got Armed Forces Day. I think ours is when is ours? I think ours is the 29th. Is that a Sunday? I think it's ours is a Sunday, I think. And we have got the Red Arrows coming over. They had to do a GoFundMe page because we wanted the Red Arrows. We had the Red Arrows last year. And so the Red Arrows, Heather, is how do you describe the Red Arrows? There are planes that fly in formation, and it's amazing. Acrobatics and all that sort of thing. It is marvellous. Anyway, they did a GoFundMe, and we have got the Red Arrows coming, which is amazing. And if I am here on the island, which I think I will be, I might go and live stream that for you, or at least video it. So we will see. That's Armed Forces Day. So Kath is saying John Lewis's is back to never knowingly undersold. That was always their tagline for years and years. John Lewis's never knowingly undersold, and they are price matching. So I recommend checking in there. Yes, Kath, I'm going to look, because I think you told me that the other day, and I thought, you know, the quality of John Lewis's stuff is so good. I used to shop in John Lewis's when I lived in London. I mean, you know, some of the prices were a bit high for some of the things, but a lot of the things I did shop in there. I used to shop in there for dressmaking fabric and haberdashery and all that sort of thing. And probably wool back then, but I've got the Isle of Wool here now, so that's all right. John Lewis's have good guarantees and usually good customers. Yes, good customer service is what really that floats my boat. I don't like rude rude people. If you're customer facing, if you're in a job that's dealing with the customers, shouldn't you actually be polite to them? Do you know what? I'm going to take my glasses off now. Sorry, folks, but it's not the end of the birthday party. But I'm having it's so bright because it was a bit dark and I couldn't. It's probably impeding me reading the comments. So there we go. These were my birthday. I bought these when it was was it my birthday or I don't know, somebody's birthday I bought them for. What's Sam saying? And it's so hang on. So Sam's saying his friend Jean says evening from the hospital bed and Joyce says hiya from the care home. Hello to everybody over there with Sam's gang. We'll call you Sam's gang for bigger goods. I mean, not food. Oh, yes, very good for bigger good. And Susan's saying how rude. I think she's saying how rude to the person who was rude to me in Morrison's. And I don't actually want to go and shop in there because I don't want people being rude. FAB, surely Steve, says Richard. Jan is so tired she's in bed. We'll catch up with you tomorrow night. Okay, night, Jan. That's quite understandable. I know what it's like doing shows. I used to do a lot of shows myself, and especially if you do a whole weekend of shows, really on your, you're really on your knees by the end of it. I know that so well. And of course, what I did some 5-day shows at the NEC, and then I moved house the same week as I did that. Not part of the plan, but that's how it happened. And the next time I did 5 days on my feet at the NEC and moved house the day after I got back from the show. Never to be recommended. And there were tears on moving day. But that was because the people buying my house were not very sensible and they were pressurizing me on moving day. Whoops, hang on. I've pushed the wrong thing. Whoa, hang on. I nearly cut us off. Like the Blue Angels. Oh, so our red arrows are probably like your Blue Angels. Excellent. I just feel like I need to explain for you, Heather, because I don't know how much you know about, the UK side of things. So Debs is going to check in, but I've lost. I don't know what you're going to check in. I'm a bit confused now as to where we're up to. Who's answering which comment? Vivian. Hello, Vivian. Vivian from Kentucky. Lynn. Whoops, hang on. So she said something and then it disappeared. Lynn, you look cute as always. Oh, thank you. Did you see me with my glasses on, Vivian? Because I know you just came in. Look, we were doing happy birthday because nearly everybody in the house had a birthday. Have you had a birthday recently, Vivian, or have you got one coming up? We just sang to a whole load of people who've had birthdays, but now I'm taking that off because getting a bit hot under there and I couldn't see very well out of the glasses. So good idea, Lynn. I'm not quite sure what was the good idea, Richard, because you answer and then I forget what I said. Sorry. But Heather is appreciating me explaining what the things in the UK are. And of course, Vivian's coming in from Kentucky. So, she might appreciate the explanations of things that go on here in the UK that you may not understand. I don't know. So hello to Kentucky, says Debs. Debs is the birthday girl. She's on Facebook and Vivian's on Facebook as well. So I do appreciate you all coming in. It's just such fun, isn't it, when we get together and have all these little chats about our shenanigans and things. So shall I? Oh, by the way, I went to the doctor's because the cough, that's how my pneumonia started. And I thought, I coughed for a few days last week. I thought, right, that's it. I'm off to the doctor's. Not off with her head, no. That's in Alice in Wonderland. That's my dad's favourite book, Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. And the Queen, it was the Red Queen. It was the Queen, wasn't it, who said, off with their heads, which was a bit, bearing in mind it's a children's storybook, it's a bit scary, but I just remember the quote. Fab milady. Is that from is that Penelope? So some of the references coming in are from TV programs here in the UK. I think Steve is quoting. I've forgotten the name of the program. It was a like puppets, and Lady Penelope. Her driver, was it her driver used to say "m'lady"? So I think that's what you're quoting, isn't it, Steve? Not sure, but never mind. We're all bonkers here, aren't we? Right. So let's glad you went to the doctor. Yes, absolutely. I thought, well, I knew you'd all be nagging me. And obviously I didn't want to risk it getting any worse. Thunderbirds, thank you, Kath. There we go. Where would I be without all those of you prompting me? I don't know. I just forget these things. And now I mean I can see Lady Penelope in my head. But it was Thunderbirds. Such fun. Yes, so I decided that I needed to go and see the doctor. Because I thought I really don't want the cough to get any worse, and obviously that's how my pneumonia started. And I knew that you would tell me off anyway, even if I didn't go. If I did, no, I knew you'd all tell me to go anyway, so I thought I better go anyway, which I did. Richard's gone over to Facebook now. His comment screen had disappeared on YouTube. Oh, sometimes these things go into the ether. I don't know why all these things happen, but there you go. So yes, so I went to I saw a nurse practitioner. She was an advanced nurse practitioner. I felt very comfortable. I felt she really knew what she was doing. She did a good old listen. I had to keep going. And she did a thorough job. And she said it was fine. At the moment, it was an upper respiratory cough. Not much to do with it. You know, there was not antibiotics needed or anything like that. But keep an eye on it, she said. So there we go. So anyway, Richard's saying he's glad that I got the cough checked out. So yes, I will keep an eye on any of those things. And I will, you know, and as you know, when I had pneumonia and the doctors wouldn't see me, these days I'm insistent, you know, and actually they seem to be much better. And do you know what? I've just had a questionnaire back to ask about the surgery and about my, you know, how they treated me. And it was absolutely brilliant. When I rang up, so I had a funny thing actually, because I thought, oh, I must ring the doctors. So I looked at the clock and it was 8:30 and it was light. And I thought it was 8:30 in the morning. What's the time now? It's 9:30. It's just getting dark here now. I woke up. I'd been asleep in the chair. Woke up, rang the doctors, and then it said, the surgery is now closed. Please ring tomorrow. And I'm thinking, but it's only 8:30. But it was 8:30 at night, not 8:30 in the morning. I'd only been asleep for a while. I thought I'd slept all night round. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, bye, Kath. Go and have a rest up, and you can watch the replay. Absolutely. Wait a minute. Let's go back a bit. Vivian's saying she loves the Thunderbirds. Richard says we have one of those at our doctor's, and she's brilliant. Luke, old-fashioned matrons. So she was lovely, but when I rang to make the appointment, I got a new lady. She said, oh, I'm new. And you know what? She had so much time. You know, they don't have a lot of time, but she had time to talk to me properly, and not that I was a nuisance on the phone. And actually, you know, when they treat you like that, that's half the cure, isn't it? For a lot of older people who don't, I mean, I'm not saying I'm lonely or anything, but for some people who are lonely, that is part of a cure, is actually just chatting to them and being nice. And, you know, so that was lovely. And then she actually said that somebody would ring me back to decide what I was going to do. And then the nurse practitioner rang me, the one I actually saw, and she rang me and said, oh, can you get here? And I said, oh, yes. I said, I didn't ask, you know, I was happy to come. I don't know whether the First Lady didn't know that I was happy to go to the surgery or what. I'm not quite sure. She was new, so maybe procedure she didn't quite understand. But she was so pleasant absolutely so pleasant, and so was the lady I saw. So it was a very good experience this time, and I usually get a good experience now, but it was especially special. I felt really like everybody was bothering and everybody cared. So that's what it should be, isn't it? There's a doctor's surgery. So let's have a look. Right, so Kath's going. Heather's saying she's done that, but I've forgotten what I was talking about, what she's answering. Sorry about that. At the end of next week, it'll be light till 10 o'clock. Oh, I think Heather means she's fallen asleep and woken up and not known when it was. Maybe that's what you meant, Heather. And Richard saying all the receptionists are like that, especially Irish ladies Sorcher. So anyway, that's lovely, isn't it? Customer service is so important, and it can make in a business, it can make the difference between making and breaking the business. I mean, if I was running a business and I had somebody customer facing who was rude to the customers, I don't think I'd want to keep them. Wouldn't be good, would it? So fallen asleep and thought it was a different time. Absolutely, Heather. Yes, I suddenly caught up with what you probably meant. Anyway, so I got checked out. Also, I had lovely taxi drivers. So I got a taxi each way. For me, I think, was it raining that day? No, I'm not sure. But for me, for the doctors, it's 2 buses. And sometimes the weather hasn't been great. And because I had pneumonia, I don't like to go out and stand and get wet at a bus stop or something like that. It's not because I'm a wimp. It's because I don't want to be with pneumonia again. And having been there, I'm just a bit more cautious. So I take taxis. But the other day I wasn't going to take a taxi. On Tuesday, when I go to the library for the Wellbeing Coffee Morning and the Time Bank session, I can get one bus down to the seafront. So I live here and the library is over here. But to get there, you have to go all the way down to the seafront and then back up from the seafront if you're going by bus. It's very easy to do, and you get off one bus and then you get on another bus that comes back up the hill. So that's okay. And I was all prepared to do it. And then it was pouring with rain. So I got a taxi. But it is what it is. I'd much rather be dry and be in the taxi. So that was Tuesday, and I had a lovely session in the library with all the, there's a lovely group of people who meet in the library. It's called a wellbeing session. It's a drop in for anybody. It tends to be more older people, but they're not all my age. There are younger people there as well, and it's just so nice, and we all get to know each other. And of course, I'm now doing the community hub, the community cuppa, in another building not far away, in the town council building. They've taken over the old NatWest Bank, and that's a lovely space in there. And Jan and I run the community. It's Jan's baby. She set it up, and I help her. And so other people are coming and helping us. They're starting to other people to help with the washing up and things like that. And that is another warm space. Just come and join in. Don't stay at home being lonely. Come and make friends and that sort of thing. It's just nice. And so on a Friday morning, we offer games, we offer knitting, we offer craft, different things like that. In the library, it tends to be we sit and chat. I mean, sometimes people knit, but most of them are sitting, chatting, having coffee, tea, whatever. And the time bank is there as well. So either Liz or Alison, who run the time bank, one of them will be there. And of course, the time bank it's a year old. It's just celebrated its first birthday, and it's quite good because we're getting new members. And basically, you bank your time. You offer to do a service for somebody, and you bank your time. So I'm looking for people who can come and tidy the garden because it's just got so overgrown. So I will put a request on the Time Bank website and say, can somebody come? I'm looking for volunteers to help tidy the garden. And then I will post on there that I'm able to make somebody a special greetings card, or I'm able to do some knitting for somebody, or I'm able to do some social media for somebody. I will offer my services and it's basically where no money changes hands. You bank your hours, and then you go to the bank, and you can take out hours. If you, I think you understand what I mean. I hope you understand what I mean. I don't know if I've explained it very well. So Richard, hang on. Jackie will be 83 on the 21st and 23rd of June. That's it. So we did sing to Jackie, didn't we? Yes, she was on the list. Excellent. So right, hang on. Right, I missed some comments. Oh, you know why? Jackie will be. Oh, right, sorry. Richard's saying the library is community hub too, and a warm space with free refreshments. But yes, we have free refreshments, but some people like to make a donation, and if they're able to make a donation, you know that there's a pot to put their money in. That's at Erdington Library, says Richard. There's hang on. Debs is saying there's so many cuppa places on Wednesdays here. Hope for sunny weather. You're on your. I'm on my scooter. Tow bar fitting on your car. Excellent. We have lots of different groups, and what was really good was there wasn't we were offered Friday at the town council building, and actually that's quite nice because some people have something to do on a Friday morning. Some of them were going over to Newport for something. Some of them didn't have something already in place. Some of them do something on Friday afternoon. And so that works for some. They'll do morning with us, and afternoon they have a games afternoon. I think that's back in the library. And then we've actually maintained some good numbers. We're on week 4 this week. This week was week 4, and we had about 15 people there. And actually that's quite good, because when we were doing it over in Newport, I don't think we ever had 15 in one go. I mean, it's a good service for those people who need it. And we had 1 or 2 people who were so grateful for the group, and but it never got very well established. And actually we felt we were a bit of a nuisance there rather than being supported, whereas Ryde Town Council can't do enough for us, and they're amazing, and we feel very comfortable, and it's very encouraging. So but we had to finish early on Friday because the town council had a meeting at 12, and so we had to finish at 11:15 instead of at 12, but that wasn't a problem. And Alison was so impressed because we wanted to make sure we had all the tables back ready to maintain good relationships with them. And if we dragged our heels getting out, then that would put them on edge for their meeting that was starting at 12. So we have 1 or 2 people who are able to move tables and chairs in the group, and they were really efficient. I'm not into moving tables. That's I probably would fall over if I was trying to move the tables, but I have other things I can do. But it was just so lovely because Alison walked in and she said, "Wow, I think we'd put the tables. I think the tables were all back in place by about 11:20. So she was well impressed. So I think the relationship is going to work very well. Let's just move up. Hang on. Oh yes. So yes, Heather's saying skills bartering. That's it. Yes. So I don't necessarily give my skill to the person who's giving me their skill. I put my skills into the bank, and then I go and choose what I want, and then other people put their skills into the bank and go and choose. So it wouldn't be a direct, it wouldn't be, say, Pete comes and moves the stuff in my garden and I do something for Pete. It doesn't work like that. It's pop it in and take it out, but it doesn't matter who puts it in and who takes it out, as long as people are getting things that way. And we've just celebrated the year. We had a social on Friday evening at the hub, at the where we meet for the community cuppa. That is the town council building, and the time bank is run by the town council. So we had a social in there, and that was lovely, a lovely evening, and they put on a lovely spread. And they put on a decent spread. Some people, when they do these things, they sort of cater for the cake lovers and all that sort of thing. Of course, when you're doing Slimming World and you have a gluten intolerance, it's more tricky. But there was fruit, and there was, sort of crudities like bits of cucumber and tomatoes and things like that. So I was able to partake in the little buffet that they did, and it was very nice too. So 21st is summer solstice day. That's right, Debs, it is indeed. And then we'll be on the down road to Christmas, won't we? Oh, not the C word. In fact, if you were watching, if anybody, I don't know if anybody saw my Facebook page today, because I don't know what you see. Sometimes I put things out and you don't see them until after the things happened, So I don't know if you're getting notifications for these things, because I don't usually schedule the broadcast until Sunday. And then does it go up? Do you see it? Do any of you see it come up as being scheduled for today? Some people don't see it till after the event, but at least you can watch on the replay if you do miss it. So Deb's Wednesday's forecast is dry with sunny spells. Oh, that's good. And Donna's in the house. Hello, Donna. Don't forget, everyone, it's Friday the 13th next week. Take care. I'm not superstitious, are you, Richard? So Donna's saying, hi, Lynn, hope you're fine. I am fine. Debs is saying she might be able to bring her boats to Swanpool. Excellent. And Heather has started her Christmas cards already. But no, so I mentioned the C word today because somebody I know, she'd put a post up saying, she doesn't rule her life by a calendar or something like, I can't remember what the words were. Some of you saw it as well. And it was so something about being Christmas, and I said, I agreed with her. I think I agreed with the sentiments, and Christmas. Well, I love it. I used to start knitting for Christmas. I remember knitting little Father Christmas finger puppets sitting on the beach in August, because I used to make finger puppets for the children in my classes. I've done hundreds of finger puppets in the past, and I used to make them a little Santa finger puppet each. So I would have to start in August in order to get them all done for the class as well. Heather's not superstitious either. No, don't worry about it. Yes, so I would start then. I haven't started Christmas cards. I want to actually make. I've got 1 or 2 cards I need to make for people now, and I was inspired today. I did share it on my Facebook page. I don't know if anybody's seen it, but Sam Calcott is a girl that I watch a lot on her tutorials, and she's a fantastic paper crafter, and I've watched her for several years now. And she did a card today, and you didn't need any fancy dies or anything like that. It was just done with cutting your card, so you could either do it with scissors or a guillotine, and just cut the paper like that. It was just wonderful. So I'm gonna, and it was a nice card that looked like a wow card, but it was so quick to make. So I want to make some of those. And then I saw Louise, who trades as iced images on YouTube, and she on Facebook. I think she's YouTube more than Facebook. And she had a lovely card that she was making that was not complicated. So it's just nice. I mean, it's nice to do the intricate and complicated ones, but sometimes you can make something look just as good by just cutting on a guillotine and not doing all the fancy stuff. It's just the paper and the card you use. Heather says she loves Sam, so she knows Sam as well, because that's the beauty. Although Heather's in the States and I'm here, the YouTube is international, and although Sam is from the UK, anybody can watch. And in fact, Sam was not in the UK when I first started watching her. She was in China, I think, wasn't she? I think she was over in China, and then she came back to the UK, and I've been watching and following her since then. So do you you've been sad that Ruth Hamilton hasn't hang on, posted for months. Oh, has she not, Heather? Do you know what? Because I haven't been doing so much. So Heather and I, we are fans of Tonic Studios, which is one of the craft groups, organizations, companies. that's the word I want, craft companies. And we were doing, we have purchased some of the same things. And Ruth Hamilton is one of their, I suppose, did you call it a designer? So there are several of them who will be given the kit ahead of, when a kit launches, they will be sent the kit, and then they make up the things that come from the kit. So sometimes we've had cardboard teacups or all sorts of different things, the little fairy houses that we made and things like that. And so all the different designers will be sent the kit. So the kit has the dies to cut the shapes and the stamps, and it will have glue or different materials in to make these things, and then it will have paper and card in. And every one of those people doing the designing comes up with a different, each one looks different. Although the basics is the same, it's just so nice to see all the different combinations of the card and what they use. It's just amazing. I mean, absolutely love it. But I didn't realise she hadn't been doing it, because I actually haven't been doing so much of that. I've been gadding around too much, Heather, to actually do much of the crafting, and it was quite nice today to actually watch some of the tutorials again. So Sam's just launched a Christmas launch. I don't really want to buy too much more at the moment, because I've actually got so much stuff. I'm struggling to get it all housed. I've got still spaces in the drawers, but I need to get the stuff away, because otherwise I can't. I've got not enough space to do the crafting. So I'm trying to get everything away. And I noticed that she launched her Christmas stuff. I think she launched it yesterday or Friday, probably Friday. And it's the kits, the big bundle of all of it has sold out. Not that I wanted to spend that sort of money, but it had sold out. So wow, people were ready for that. And she just got some nice stuff. But I've got so much equipment that I'm holding back a lot now. I need to use the equipment I've got rather than spend any more. So you've been right. Okay, so sorry, I didn't. No, I thought there was another comment. Yes, so Ruth has done some amazing designs, but as I say, I didn't realise she hadn't been on there for a while, because I hadn't been. So anyway, going back to my week, didn't get very far through my week, did I? So on Tuesday, this was lovely. I have those serendipitous days. And I never used to know what that word meant, serendipitous, but it's one of those days where you don't know what's happening. It just happens. Things happen and happen for a reason. And on Tuesday, I go to the library for this for the Wellbeing Coffee Morning, and I was going to get the bus, but it rained, so I got the taxi, didn't I? Yes, I got the taxi, and had a lovely morning there and at the Time Bank. And then because it was wet, I thought, well, on a Tuesday, I just nipped round to Iceland, because Iceland is just round the corner. That's one of our supermarkets. And so I was just going to be quick, because it was wet. I was going to be quick there, and I had to nip down just down the road. I had to go to Boots. And then when I got down to Boots, I thought, well, I need to go in the Works. The Works it's got all sorts of wonderful things, but it's got a lot of craft stuff in it and a very reasonable price. And so I went to Iceland, but then because the rain was holding off, I went to Boots, and then I thought, right, I'm going to go in the Works. And I'm so glad I went into the Works, because I was like, Iceland? Yeah, no, Iceland is a supermarket. It's got a lot of frozen stuff in it, Heather, but it also does groceries as well, and it does supermarkety type things. Our Iceland's not huge, but there are some much bigger Iceland. Iceland has they are part now of the Food Warehouse. So in Newport there is a big one. It's called the Food Warehouse, but it is the Iceland brand. But our one in Ryde is not so big. But I like to go there on a Tuesday, because first of all, I'm at the library anyway, and it's just around the corner. But on Tuesday they give 10% discount to senior citizens. And so me, I love a bargain. So I add up my shopping as I go round, and then I get the double whammy, because I get the 10% off my shopping, But if I buy a top cashback gift card, and I have to remember to take the 10% off my shopping to calculate how much I want a gift card for, because I forgot to do that one day, which means you don't lose your money, but it means there's still some sitting on a gift card, and you have to remember that it's there and not waste your gift card. So I did that, and so I worked that out. So I get a double whammy. So I buy the gift card, which gives me discount on the gift card. I get cash back on the gift card, and then I use the gift card to pay for the shopping. So we're getting 10% off the shopping and a small percentage off the gift card that pays for the shopping. So it's just amazing. And actually, I've got to tell everybody, I have a deal to present. I've put it online. If any of you you haven't already signed up to Top Cashback, and you know, any of you regulars hear me banging on about Top Cashback because it's amazing. It's a scheme where they give you money back if you shop through their website. So Top Cashback is the site, and if I shop through there, they have about 6,000 retailers on there. So all the supermarkets are on there. You know, I can shop in Sainsbury's. Sometimes it's online shopping. Sometimes I have to go in the store. If I go in the store, I can buy a gift card. There's all different rules and regulations, as you know. But the thing is, I've worked it out, a lot of it, and I'm now ready to help a lot of people get there much quicker than I did. My son sort of helped me a lot. I didn't realize, you know, that actually you could buy a gift card and then use it in store. First of all, I thought it was only online shopping, and then I realized, I think they changed some of it anyway. And so in 2 years and 3 months, I've had £700 cash back for shopping I was going to do anyway. Just got more savvy as to where I buy the stuff. Amazon don't get much of my business anymore because they don't give me cash back. You know, they are a cashback store, but they only give cash back a tiny bit, and only on very expensive electrical stuff. So I don't do that. But so it's a no-brainer, really. It doesn't cost anything to join cashback. You can become a premium member like I am, and a premium member means you don't actually, it's £5 to be a premium member, but you don't have to pay it up front. You sign up as a member, and then they ask you if you want to be a premium member. And I get extra benefits by being a premium member. I get some deals that perhaps other people don't get, and there are different things if you're a premium member. But they don't say you've got to pay £5. What they do is, when you've accrued a bit of cash back, they will take the £5 from the cash back. So you never feel like you've had to pay it out. But the benefits I get in being a premium member, so for example, when you take your cash back, you can either have it paid into your bank, or you can have, if you're a premium member, you can accrue, and if you pay it into a wallet, it becomes worth more than actually the cash value. So I think I've put into my wallet, I keep putting all the little bits as they clear, as they become payable, as all these little bits of cash back become payable, I put it into my wallet, and I've got £77 in my wallet, and that could convert up to 90 something worth pounds. So it becomes more valuable. It depends which shop you use it with, which retailer you use it with, because they're all on different percentages. But you know, at the least, if I took it as cash, it would be £77. Anything else is going to be more than £77. Some of it might be, I think I looked at something in IKEA to get a gift card for IKEA, and it would convert to about £81, I think. So straight away, look, that's £4 back on just that part of what I've done. So bearing in mind it cost me only £5 for the whole year, that's not a bad thing. But I need to come to the deal that's on at the moment. Hello, Jane. Jane is in the house. Jane, stage there, look. I hope everyone is okay. I've just had major surgery, so been away for a few weeks. Well, I hope you're recovering. I hope your recovery has started well, Jane, and that you can join us as and when. You know, don't feel obliged. You've got to get yourself well. But lovely to have you in the house tonight. Nice to see you. So, you know, do keep us updated as to how you're going. And we've been singing happy birthday to umpteen people. So I don't know if you have a birthday anytime soon, but we sang to how many people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people we sang to tonight who've had birthdays around now or just coming up. So that was so I'll just show you. We had to have the birthday hat. And we had to have the happy birthday glasses. There we are, just especially for you to see. I'm going to take them off because I can't see very well out of those. And I'm a bit hot with the hat on. So anyway, going back to Top Cashback, folks, there's a deal. There's a deal on, and if you sign up by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning using my referral link, and I've put my referral link on my Facebook Go Live Granny page. I've put it on my Lynn Blackledge personal profile, and it is in a video on YouTube. So I've put the deal there if anybody wants to get to take advantage of this. There's a really good deal at the moment. So if you're not signed up and you want to have a go, it doesn't cost you anything. Don't forget, you're not paying anything out. So, you know, if you sign up and never do anything, that's, you know, it doesn't matter. You haven't paid anything out. You haven't lost anything. But they have a deal at the moment. So when I give somebody my referral link, the person who signs up, if they you know, proceed with their cashback, once they get to £10 payable cashback, so that might take a little while depending on what you're spending, and you know, some of it's little bits of cash building up. So when you get to £10 payable cashback, you get your £10 and I get a deal as well for referring you. And I mean, I only will promote things that I really like, you know, so you can trust me not to promote something that doesn't work. This works, and it works well for me, and I'm happy to help anybody make it work for them. But if anybody signs up and uses my link before 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, then when you've got to your £10 bonus, they're going to stick £30 bonus on top. That's amazing, isn't it? I just thought, you know, this was just a short-term offer that came out over the weekend, and I thought, well, it would be very mean of me not to tell people. I mean, yes, there's an advantage to me, but it's a win-win for us, you know. So if you want to do that, let me know, or go and see if you can find the link. But it's you know, it's a referral link that links back to me. That's how you'll get the you know, the bonus. And this, so not everybody who has a Top Cashback account is a premium member. So I think I'm getting this deal because I'm a premium member. They give different deals to different people, and so, you know, if anybody is thinking of doing Top Cashback, now's a good time, because that could be your £10 plus 30. That's £40 for doing your shopping. You will get cash back on your shopping, and you will get the £40 bonus if you have to qualify in 3 years. It's not like you've got to do all this in the next 2 days or something like that. You've got 3 years to actually get your qualifying in. So I think that's pretty brilliant. You know, it's just such a wonderful thing. And, you know, I can't believe that as a one-person household, I've had £700 in 2 years and 3 months just for doing my shopping. And the thing is, I could have just done my shopping and had nothing. But because because my son helped me to become a savvy shopper. So it's about working out where's the best place to buy something. you know, because you know you can buy something here or you can buy it there. Now, why would you buy it here if you get nothing? If you buy it over here, you will get you'll get money back on it. It just was a no-brainer. Once I really got my head around it, it was a no-brainer. It did take me a little while, but what I'm saying now to people is, if you do sign up and use my referral link, tell me, because I can see people signing up, but I don't always know who they are. Obviously, if Mary signs up and there's an email that says Mary, and it's obvious that that's somebody I know, Mary, that I gave the link to, then I would know it was her. But sometimes these see somebody signed up, but it's an email that I don't recognize, and I can't help people unless I know who they are. Good evening, Ian. Nice to see you Ian is coming in from Scotland there. Nice to see you. So folks, if you want to know about the, and I know I keep banging on about Top Cashback, but it's because it's such a good deal, and I just get very excited. And we had on Monday, Bank Holiday Monday, we had a bonus pop in then, and it was, if you did some shopping on Bank Holiday Monday during the day, just before midnight, there was a £2. Those bits and pieces, they all add up, and the thing was, it was a minimum of £5 spent. Now you might say, oh well, they're making you spend. If you're going to spend soon, but you're not spending on Monday, then what you do is you buy a Top Cashback gift card, because that qualifies you to get your £2 bonus, and then you've got your gift card to use later in the week. So you could just buy a £5 gift card, and you'll get the £2 bonus. And you'll get a few pennies on the gift card you bought as well. So it's just understanding. When my son coached me and showed me how to do it, I would help people now, because I've learned it now. People that I introduce, if they keep in contact with me, I can help them to earn more from it quicker than I did. So hello, you shared. Do you mean you shared the broadcast? Thank you, Ian. That's nice of you. Thank you very much. So anyway, so that's the commercial over, folks. But if you do want to sign up with Top Cashback, and you want to be in with the chance of getting the £10 bonus and the £30 bonus, you have to have signed up before 10 o'clock in the morning. Doesn't cost you anything. You can sign up, and then I can talk to you all through it. And if you never want to do anything with it again, there's no pressure on you to do it. But, I don't want anybody to miss the chance of getting £40 for nothing. So just let me know if you want to, and let me know if you do sign up. Let me know that you have signed up, so I could see, because I've got a load of people who signed up. Some I don't know who they are, and I've never been able to talk to them about how it works. And of course, when people don't understand how it works, then it's not going to benefit them. But if I don't know who they are, I can't help them. Anyway, I would love to help any of you if you want to do it, and it excites me because it's good. Right, cheers everybody. So what else have I been up to this week? Oh yes, I was going to tell you what happened on Tuesday. So as I say, it was raining, and I was going to hurry home and not get wet. Anyway, the rain stopped, and I went to Boots. Then I went to work. I thought, I can't go to Boots and not go to the Works, because Boots is just here, and the Works with all the lovely craft stuff is like only next door but one, or next door but two. It's very near. And I thought, oh, I must go and have a look in the Works. It's like a magnet to me. It pulls me in. So I went in the Works, and I bought, I didn't buy much. I just bought one or two small bits and pieces, and I paid for those. And I was just coming out of the store, and I saw a lady who was obviously a crafter as well. They don't just sell craft; they sell children's toys and books and and pens and pencils and art, paints and all sorts of things. But there was a lady with craft stuff, like sort of craft stuff that I would buy. So paper craft stuff. And of course, I couldn't help myself. I smiled across at her and said, "Oh, I was about to say, you must be a crafter," when she looked at me and said, "You're the videoing and the live streaming, aren't you?" And I said, "Yes, I'm the Go Live Granny." So a lot of people know me and I don't know them because they've seen me on camera on Facebook popping up. So we chatted for 5 minutes and we were just so in tune with each other. We were singing from the same hymn sheet. We were totally the same sort of people. It was obvious that we were going to get on very well. So I said to her, "Have you got time for a coffee?" So she said, "Oh, yes, I've got to go in a minute and meet my husband, but I can send him a message and I'll meet him in a little while." So we went and then we had a coffee together just across the way. We were right near one of the lovely cafes, so we went and had some coffee, and I actually ended up having one of those lovely breakfasts. But so we had the coffee and a chat, and oh my goodness, we had so much in common. We were just so much the same sort of people. But we were about half an hour together, I suppose, and then we exchanged phone numbers, and we have spoken to each other since then, and we are going to see each other again, and it was just amazing. But if she hadn't have had that craft stuff in her hand, I wouldn't have spoken to her. She wouldn't have probably spoken to me if I hadn't turned to speak to her. She might have just thought, "Oh, I know that lady. She's." But it was just so lovely. One of those serendipitous moments. And so that's another new friend, and that's really nice. So then, I think, was that the day? Yes, that was the day that she'd no, was it? That was, I don't know if that was the day that I then, yes, I think that was the same day that she went. I was just finishing off, and then I can't remember whether it was the same day or whether it was when I was with Jan. I looked out and there was somebody else that I knew that I hadn't seen for a long time. And so we caught up with each other and we went for a coffee as well after that. Just so nice. I love those sort of days. I'm retired. I don't have to, clock watch too much. It's just really nice. Renee likes the over 60s breakfast bargains at Morrison's. Yes, I expect so. Morrison's also do an over 60s lunch. That's the price, half the price of a normal meal. Yes, I don't. At the Morrison's, there's a big Morrison's in Newport, but I have to go a bus ride to that. The Morrison's that's now taken over our post office in Ryde is too small. It's just a very small shop, and it was even hard to shop around. I don't know if you were in the broadcast when I was talking about my bad experience in there. So it's just like a small shop, and it's very difficult to get round. And so, and I had a bad experience in this, so I probably won't be going back there. But our Morrison's in Newport, I have had meals in there, and that's been quite nice. Let's just have a little drink because I'm talking too much. But it's a bit difficult when I'm the only one that can do the broadcast. What I need to do sometime is bring somebody in camera with me so I can stop talking while somebody else talks, because I can invite people into the broadcast. We'll have to do some of that. So anyway, that was Tuesday. Wednesday, I went over to the Community Spirited Cafe with Jan. She's a volunteer over there now for the community cafe, and I've been going along to help her there. And so we did that, and then she dropped me back. And I think Wednesday, I was back home, trying to chill, trying to do a bit of tidying or whatever. I can't remember. Thursday I stayed. No, Thursday I was going to stay home. And I think that's the day I went to the doctor's, wasn't it? Yes, I was going to stay home. And then I thought, no, I better go to the doctor's. So I went to the doctor, and I was expecting a parcel. And sometimes I have things delivered here, and sometimes I have them delivered to my daughters. And I was having the same thing delivered here as I was having delivered to my daughters, so that I'd got what I need here and what I need there. And it was a bit of confusion. I do confuse very easily. Well, the one of the things is on a subscription with Amazon, and so every month I get that sort of thing sent to me. So I get it sent there. And so I had a message saying, yes, it would be on its way. And I assumed it would be there on Wednesday. I think the implication was it would be there Wednesday. I ordered the same thing to come here because I needed supplies here. And I ordered it on Tuesday and it said it would come on Thursday. Then, of course, I was going out to the doctors and I thought, I wonder where they'll put the parcel. Anyway, something else I have, some craft stuff, the Tonics Studio monthly kit, that's a craft thing, goes to my daughters now. So I messaged my daughter and I said, there's 2 parcels coming to you. And then I had to describe the size of the parcel so that she'd know which was which without having to open them. I mean, she can open them if she likes, but save her that. So she said, oh, well, the one that's the craft one's come. I said, hasn't the other one come? She said, no. Well, that was supposed to be there on Wednesday. I then get notification that a parcel's on its way on. And don't forget, the contents is the same from Amazon. One's going to there and one's coming here. And so it was a bit confusing because it said, oh, it's out for delivery. And I thought, oh, blast, I'm going to be out. It'll probably be delivered while I'm out. So anyway, later in the day, I got a notification that it had been delivered. So I look at it, the order, and it's going to my daughter's address. It was delivered at my daughter's address. Now, I know that when I ordered it, I'm very, very careful because this has, happened before. Careful that I make sure I've got the right delivery address on it. So I couldn't work it out. So, the one that was going to her was supposed to be delivered on Wednesday, and the one coming to me was supposed to be delivered on Thursday. Well, when she got that one on Thursday, I thought, well, I better look into this. Where on earth what's happened to my parcel? Well, what happened? Mine that was ordered on Tuesday was supposed to come on Thursday. It actually came on Wednesday. When I looked, and I haven't got. Used to have a little greenhouse that they used to put the things in, but it was one of those plastic greenhouses, and it's lying down on its back in the front garden because the wind played havoc and pulled. And so I really, you can't put a parcel in there now because it's sort of all lying across the garden in bits. This is what I need somebody from the time bank to come and help me clear all this stuff up. So anyway, I'm thinking, well, where? I wonder if the parcel's there. So then I investigated further and I looked at the delivery information, and my parcel had been delivered on Wednesday. And it's now Thursday and it's rained. It didn't matter because the contents inside I knew were wrapped in plastic. So that was okay. I mean, if it had been damaged, then I would have just claimed for another one. Anyway, I looked at the photograph. My front garden is such a mess. It really is. That's why I need help with it from the time bank. And I looked, and there's some old garden chairs in the front garden. And there's a lot of grass grown up round them. And the parcel was under the chair. So I suddenly discovered on Thursday night, when it was dark, it had got dark, it was, like late evening, I suddenly realised that my parcel for here had been delivered on Wednesday, and the parcel that should have been delivered on Wednesday at my daughter's was delivered on Thursday. So you can see why I got a bit confused. Same parcel, they sort of switched their delivery, switched the delivery days over. So that was very confusing. So I had not known, I hadn't seen a notification come up that said it had been delivered here. Then I had to go through. I think I was so busy, that's why. But anyway, all is not lost because I have my parcel here and I have both the 2 parcels that should be at my daughter's there. So that was fine. So that was Thursday. Friday was community cuppa. and then Jan and I, we wanted to go and have lunch together in town. So, you know, where we do the community cuppa is right in the middle of town, and around there are all sorts of different places. And we wanted to go to one particular place, but when we got there, it was closed. Now, this is what's happening with local businesses. Some of them have had to pare their staff right back because times are hard. And then if they have an emergency, they've got to close. And so where we wanted to go, it wasn't open. And so we had to go somewhere else. So we found another cafe, and it's up for sale apparently, but we went in there. We wanted a jacket potato. We're both on Slimming World, and we wanted something that was suitable. And some of the places around are just doing cakes or that sort of thing. And we didn't want to, you know, we didn't want to kibosh our own Slimming World journeys. So we went into this cafe. There was nobody in this cafe, and it's one of those poor people who's paying the levy that, you know, I don't agree with, and the tourism levy. And there was nobody in the cafe. Now, I'm not frightened to go into. Some people don't like going in a cafe or a room if there's nobody. We went in, and then after we went in, some other people came in. So whether you know, I mean, it was good to see, because I don't like seeing our shops, our cafes empty. It's not good. Not good for business, because it means they will go. I mean, the girl is selling up anyway because I think she's got ill health. So that's why she's selling. But anyway, we had a lovely jacket potato and salad. It was really nice. And then Jan had to go because her car park was running out. This is the beauty of not having a car. You know, I mean, I have obviously to time in with buses, but you know, I'm not constricted now. I mean, our parking prices are just going up and up. So I don't have the parking issues, either finding a place or paying for it. And then I don't have to clock watch to make sure I don't run over my time and then get a fine. So Jan went and you know, to go and get her car, and while I was still finishing my lunch, my hairdresser was standing outside. She just stopped for a minute to look sort of at the cafe. I don't know whether she was debating whether to come in or what, and I called out to her. So she came in and talked to me, and then she ended up eating in the cafe. So I bought trade in for them. I felt quite pleased that I brought an extra customer in. So that was good. And of course, so hang on, wait a minute. Hang on, I've missed some comments, I think. Yeah. Have I missed some comments? Alexandra's, I think, oh, wait a minute. In the Scottish Highlands, it's unlucky to work on a Sunday, but I went out today to cut grass and weed gardens for 4 women over the age of 80, free of charge, but always a satisfaction to do the work. Excellent. That's wonderful. Debs is saying, Alexander Bruce, ooh, bless, thank you, but I can't see what Alexander said. So obviously there's been an exchange of comments there, and I've missed some of the comments, but, you know, please accept my apologies for that. So I think I was going to show you something else in my bag. Oh, look, let's have a little bit more partying, shall we? Let's have a little bit of musical fun. I love these. I think, did I show you this bag last week? I'm not sure if I showed you this bag. Did I show you this last week? I can't remember if I did or not. Or maybe I bought this week. I can't remember. But I couldn't resist this because I used to run a network group called White Buzz. White as in the Isle of Wight, so WIGHT, and buzz because I was like a bee buzzing round networking with all the businesses, all the small businesses. And because that's what the small businesses need, and it's not happening. I mean, you can pay a lot of money to go to expensive networking groups, but don't forget we're in all those difficult times. So I am starting to revamp my White Buzz group. Yes, Ian, it's Deb's birthday. We had a lot of people with birthdays around. We sang to, how many people did we sing to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people we sang to today have birthdays either just gone or just coming. And Steve's got a birthday as well around that. Oh, he had a birthday, I think, in the week. And yes, so we did a lot of singing and we had a lot of emojis. So Ian, you might want to watch the replay on it because we did a lot of musical singing before. So, well, I'm not quite sure it's very musical when I sing, but they were putting all sorts of fun things in the emojis. So yes, so I want to help the businesses, and because I have networking is one of my skills. There's a lot of things I don't do. Paperwork is not a skill of mine. Any of those sorts of things are not skills of mine. But networking and connecting businesses and people like that, I did very, very well. You know, connect. You know, I mean, like even you know, when I was having that meal, I managed to connect one of my friends with the cafe. So the cafe got business and my friend ended up, you know, having a nice meal. So it's always nice to be able to do those connections. And so I thought, right, White Buzz, the Facebook page is sitting there. I last was networking some years ago. And, you know, funnily enough, I've been going through that page a lot. That was even before I started thinking, oh, I need to revamp what I was doing there, because Facebook are they're going to delete all the live streams from Facebook. Now, when I live stream like this on StreamYard, I'm live streaming to Facebook and it's going onto YouTube at the same time. So that's fine, because if Facebook take it away, it doesn't matter. It's still existing on YouTube. That's okay. But if you think I have been live streaming regularly since, some days I was doing more than one live stream a day, there are hundreds and hundreds of videos or live streams on Facebook that are going to disappear. And some of them were lots of fun. Some of them were carnivals and all the different things that we had. And so what I have been doing is every day, so I've been doing it on my phone every day, and I've got 18, I'm on 18 Facebook pages. Some of them, a couple of them were connected to my son, so not doing anything with those. Another couple of them are pretty dormant, so I just need to see if there's anything there before I delete those pages. But I've got 18 Facebook pages I'm connected to. So I've had to go through all of them every day and go into the memories, because on my phone, I can't get to all the videos that are all there. I can only find them by going into my memories on the day, on the anniversary of the day, and downloading them on the day. So, you know, so every morning I now look in at all those profiles and see which ones have got videos, live streams on them, and download them. So I've downloaded them to my Google Photographs. Some days I manage to get them up onto YouTube as well, but I haven't made them all public yet. They're all sitting privately because I have to put all the blurb in them, you know, so if there's any links that you need to go to or whatever, that all has to go in there. So I am fighting time because we've only got till the end of June for most of them. One or two of them are going to actually still go into July. But I went on my computer and I Googled how to download. So how would I fight? So, you know, by the end of June, I'm only going to have managed to get the ones that were pre the end of June that we're going through now. If you see what I mean. Do you understand what I mean? I think you do. I hope you do. So when we get to July, those videos will just get wiped out. July's and August and September's, they'll all just get lost. They'll be deleted. And so I wanted to go into the profiles. I've got to stay home now and stop going out and doing so much because I won't get all those videos down. I don't know that I will anyway, but I want to get the majority of them down. And so I've got to go in and individually click on them and download them. So I now found that I can do it on the big computer, but I can't do it on the phone. So what I did, I went in and I found I think I can type in the date now. So if I know when the first dates were, otherwise I was having to scroll back. So if you think that the first ones I did in 2016, and it is now 2025, that's a lot of years to scroll back. And that's a lot of, some of them, like the Isle of Wight live page and the Go Live Granny page, they have got lots and lots and lots and lots of videos on. So that's a ton of work. Can you imagine? So so now I've found out how to actually do that much quicker on the computer. It's still going to be a task because I don't even know how many hundreds are on there. You know, if you think that that's 9 years of videos, and if you think that in COVID I was live streaming every day and sometimes 2 or 3 times a day, well, I'm not going to get them all, but what I need to do is go and look and prioritize which ones I want to get down, like the carnival ones and all those sort of things. So that is a heck of a lot of work. So if you don't see me from any time now till the end of June, you will know why. But when I was doing that, I found some fun things. For example, did any of you see me put a picture up of me standing in a photograph with a whole load of men round me with bare chests? Did you see that? I am getting not the best reputation, maybe. I was challenged. People give me all sorts of challenges. Can you remember the days before the internet? No, I can't. It's really hard. But this one with all these men, I was challenged because I network and because I have a community and I know how to get things from the community, you know, how to get the community working and helping. That we have a community choir, and how I got connected with the community choir. See, it's these serendipitous things. I was at the Riverfest years ago, and of course I was at the Riverfest recently, if you remember. But I was at the Riverfest, and it was when it was Harry and Meghan's wedding day. The Riverfest was on the same day, so there was a theme, a royal wedding theme to the Riverfest, and there was a lady walking along, and she was dressed in red, white, and blue, and she had a Meghan Markle mask on. And so I said, "Oh, excuse me, can I take a photograph of you?" And so Debs remembers the days before computer screens. It's a bit hard, but I can remember it. Anyway, so this lovely lady, I said, "Can I take a picture?" And she said yes. And then she took her mask off and we had a chat. And her name was Linda. And Linda was sang in the Medina Community Choir. And we got to chatting. And then she sort of said, "Oh, maybe you'll come and live stream the community choir doing rehearsals so that people will see the rehearsals and want to come to the performances." So that's what I did. I went along and I had a little personal concert to myself, but I was live streaming and I put loads of live streaming out for them to publicize them. And then they set me a challenge. The choir mistress set me a challenge. In the interval, they were going to do some fundraising. And they were fundraising for prostate cancer. And what they did, they were singing "It's Raining Men" in the interval. And I was challenged with finding 100 men who would go bare chest. I do get some things, don't I? Oh, is it that strange? If you know me, it's probably not that strange. But I just and those memories have all just come up because it was this time of year, and I've just been looking at all those videos. Some of these live streams when they come up, I even forgot what I'd done, and it's just like looking back at my life, all the memories of my life, and it was such fun. So, but what was also fun was, I don't know, I mean, is this how the internet works? So, wait a minute, you saw the bare-chested men, you got jealous and thought about swimming the ocean between us to see if you needed any help with them. Well, Vivian, it was years ago. It wasn't recent. It was I don't know, it was well pre-COVID and all that. But it was fun, and of course, I don't know whether that triggered the fact that then I saw what the Medina Community Choir are up to now. Some of them are over in Carnegie Hall in New York, and I know they've been there before. This is one of our community. You don't get to be invited to Carnegie Hall in New York to sing unless you're blooming good. And they were amazing, and you know, it's just lovely to be involved with them. And then actually that lady, Linda, the one who introduced me to the choir, she actually helped me on the project I'm not going to talk about. Some of you have heard me talk about it too much. I'm not going to talk about that, a project that I'm doing, but you might know what I'm referring to. And she helped me do some things around that. So it was just rather nice that, you know, we just had a good friendship. Maybe we could find them again, those men. Dear, oh dear. I just thought it was so funny. I'd totally forgotten all about it. And then there it was, raining men. But actually, if you look at that picture, in that picture, I was a lot bigger than I am now. It's quite nice to see that picture because now I can see just how much weight I've lost against that picture, which is really rather nice. Lynn, you should check out the albatross. Oh, sorry, the albatross Stoltman, and Luke, the Highland Oak Stoltman. Okay, Ian, send me a message in Messenger to remind me, and then I won't have to scroll back to look what I'm supposed to be looking up, because I shall forget, because you know I do forget. So anyway, I have decided that I am going to what's the word? I was going to say regurgitate. That's not the right word. Revamp my network group. Basically, it's going to be totally free. I mean, I did it before at a very, very small charge. That was just to pay for a website. We don't need a website. We need to network. We need to network. We need to connect the businesses together. What I used to do, and I'm going to do it again, and I've already spoken to Helen at the wool shop, and she's keen on it, because you know, the more connections, the more business everybody does. And what I used to do was say to one of the members of the of the White Buzz, these are people with premises. One of the classics is the glasses shop, the guy who makes glasses in Cross Street, Whiteside. And I said to him, would you have a little network evening so that people know about your shop? So I just asked him if he would make some tea or coffee, or maybe have juice, whatever, just some drinks. No, not expensive, just provide a little bit of refreshment. And then we invited people to go there to chat to each other, learn who each other was. You know, that's basically what networking is, just talking to each other and finding common things. And that was a classic, because I knew that if I could get people into other people's shops or premises, they would then learn about their businesses. I wouldn't have to do anything to teach them, because they talk to each other. They'd be in the shop and see. And my friend said, oh, Lynn, I am so excited, she said, because she went to the glasses shop. She said, I can now buy 2 pairs of glasses for the price I was paying for one in that other glasses place. And boom, that's exactly how I wanted it to work. It was amazing. So, you know, it's not a long evening. I mean, for Helen, she finishes work at 4. Her shop closes at 4, and she gets a bus to go home. So for her, she wouldn't want to come back in an evening to do that. So it would be obviously more sense for her to do a 5 o'clock session. So people would come in maybe from 5 till 6 and have a chat with her, see all the wonderful things in her shop. Now, they might not be knitters, but they might have a mum who knits, or an auntie who knits, or somebody else who knits or crochets or whatever. And seeing the stuff in the shop, that's how it works. And it works so well. Yeah, Richard's saying networking is wonderful. You know, we don't have to pay hundreds of pounds to go in a network group where they only let one person of this trade or one person of that trade. You know, some of them will only have one accountant or one hotel owner or that sort of thing. To my mind, everybody should be in any of the networks, because, you know, if there's a plumber in the network and you don't happen to relate well to that plumber, because that happens, not everybody gets on with everybody, but if you don't relate all that well to that plumber, but you need a plumber, and there's another plumber that you do relate well to, then why say you can only have one plumber in this group? And then they charge you a lot of money for being in a group where you've only got a few, you know, one of each trade. So, I mean, that perhaps works for some people, but it's not my kind of networking. You know, we each have our different ways. I mean, we used to have on the island, I think when I started, BNI. I was just thinking, we have IBN, but we had BNI, and that was like hundreds of pounds to be a member to network. Now, we live on the Isle of Wight, where people are not earning a lot of money. There will be some earning more, but some, it's not one of the wealthiest places in the world and in the country. And so, you know, if you've got to pay a few £100 to join a network group, you've got to, you know, you've got to be really going some to actually make that money. So it might work for some people who already have money, but it doesn't work for the, you know, for everybody. So mine is very different. And it worked for the people that it was, you know, and I suddenly thought, there's the White Buds page sitting there, and I might just as well use it again. And so we are, you know, so I decided that this is my little emblem, my logo, because I'm a buzzy bee. That's me. And I bought the bag to go with it. Whoops. Because the bag says, oh, I don't know if you can see what it says because it's a bit crumpled. It says, whoops, let's straighten it out. It says, be happy. Bzz, be happy. So we will be happy because we're going to network. Is there a tennis player? He enjoys knitting. There's a swimmer who enjoys knitting. Tom Daly. Tom Daly's a swimmer and he enjoys knitting. Harry was really nice to meet and chat with in Cambridge Polo. Great networking. Excellent. Yes, I mean, there's some amazing... I've met some amazing people. I've also met some people in a networking group. And then within days, I've met somebody else who needs to meet that person that I met over here. My brain's wired like that. Not everybody's brain's, you know, people have different skills and different things they're good at. But networking was just one of my, you know, the things that I was good at. I got a certificate right up on the, you can't see, but right up on the top there. I've got a certificate for being networking, you know, good at networking. I got an award on the island for that. Tom Daly is sorry, Susan. I knew it was something to do with water. Tom Daly's a diver, not a swimmer. Sorry, but it was all to do with swimming pools and water. Dear, oh dear. I'm glad I've got people who keep me on task, you know, on task. So yes, so I'm going to be doing that. Going to be getting networking going, and then look in my bag. I've got my my incredible edible hat. This is my favourite hat. I think it's lots of people's favourite hat, and I got this out because while I was let's take those glasses off. This is a hat that started off with fruit and veg all over it. I did it for the county show, and they had an horticulture tent. So it was based on horticulture, but it was horticulture, and we had to do things. You know, we could craft. It was a craft tent, and you could craft in any medium. So it could be knitting, it could be clay, it could be painted or whatever. And they had different categories, and one of the categories was fruit and veg. And so I made this hat. No, I wanted to do a Carmen Miranda type hat. You know, she had fruit on her hat. And so I wanted to do, you know, a sort of a fruit, like a turban. I didn't want to put it in a trug because I thought everybody will put their fruit and veg in a trunk. Does my bee spin outside in the wind? Yes, it does. It is a spinner. Look, it is a spinner. There we go. And it was £2 from the works, which is what I was buying when I met the lovely lady who I then ended up going for coffee with. You see, so even my little networking bee, we got networking in the shop, and off we went to the other store. So that was good. So I forgot what I was saying. Oh yes, my hat. So I've told this story many times, but there's always new people in broadcasts, and so I made it. I wanted to do like a turban, as Carmen Miranda had all this. You know, she was a character, wasn't she? And she had all this fruit. I think hers was fruit, all on her hat, piled on her head. The category was fruit and veg. So I thought, well, I'm going to do it on a hat. But you know, it wasn't to be a hat like that. It was supposed to be looking a bit like a turban. I don't know if it did. So I thought, well, I've got hats with brims on. How on earth am I going to make a turban? So what I did, this was a hat with a brim. There's a brim here, but what I did was, because it's that soft sort of hat, I bent the brim up and stitched the brim inside. Fruit now, because a chocolate eclair is not exactly a fruit, is it? And what else have I got on here? A jam tart. Oh yeah, well, that's a strawberry tart. There's fruit on there, but that sandwich, that's not exactly fruit and veg. And there's a pizza and all sorts of other bits. There's a fried egg. Okay, so it originally did have fruit and veg on it, and it had a beautiful pineapple in the middle here. Now, why do you think it's got no pineapple? If you know the story, you know already. What happened? My son and his fiancée, who's now his wife, they came down to see me, and they live in the north of England. And they had, I think their friends had seen a picture of my hat, or they knew that I knitted fruit and veg and that sort of thing, and cakes. I love knitting cakes and that sort of thing. They knew I did all that. And these friends had a kitchen showroom. They sold kitchens, and they had a showroom, and they wanted the lady singer with the fruit hat, Carmen Miranda. That's it. Yeah. Sorry, that's it. So they had this kitchen shop. Oops, hang on. Oh dear, oh no. I'm fraying. I've got some ribbon on here and it's all fraying. Look at that. I'll have to get rid of that. So they wanted some fruit. They wanted to get some fruit to go in their display, in their kitchens. Well, I could have made it and sent it, but then I would have to pay postage. And I didn't want to charge them postage, and I didn't want to pay the postage myself. So I snipped. I said, what do they want? Oh, they wanted the pineapple, and they wanted this and that and the other. So I snipped all the bits off and gave them to my son and his fiancée to take back. So there was no postage involved. And I thought, well, never mind, I'll just pay. But a very short while later, somebody to make a hat, and she wanted a hat with bees and butterflies and flowers and things like that, ladybirds on it, that sort of hat. And she was going to wear it to church, and it was wear a hat to church day. It was raising funds for the brain tumor charity. On the yes, so that was for brain tumor, and the lady who actually I made it for had a brain tumor. And so I thought, well, I better go to church and wear my hat and celebrate with them. But of course, my hat was very depleted. It had lots of spaces on it where fruit and veg, where fruit once was. And the thing was, I didn't have time to knit the fruit because like a few, like that next week or something like that. So I thought, oh dear, what am I going to do? I need a hat, and I haven't got the time to make the hat. I knit fast, but not that fast. So I looked around, and of course I'm always knitting, and I knit all sorts of things just because I can. So for example, I looked around and I found a string of sausages. I know it's not fruit or veg. I found a string of sausages. I've got a clown over there that's half made, and I had another clown that half made, and he was a butcher. The other clown, I finished him, made him a string of sausages. So, but I think I must have made him another string of sausages because I used the string of sausages on here. And then I'd made some pizza, and I'd made sandwiches and things like that. So what I did was I found all these things and stitched them on the hat, and just called it my incredible edible hat. And it's my favourite hat. It's the favourite one I've ever made. I've made all sorts of hats. And oh look, this is all fraying. Ugh, it's like a spider's done its web. Hang on, let's push this up. Good morning, Hazel. Oh, hello, Hazel. We've been 2.5 hours on the broadcast. Lovely to have you here. Let's see. Yes, she just joined in. Ian saying he was born in Preston. Chocolate beans. Yeah, I knew somebody would probably say that the chocolate, that something like that was fruit. Hands off my chocolate bar. One of your 5 a day. Yeah. Good night, Richard. Sorry, we have been on a long time. Yes, I love this hat, Heather. It is my favourite hat. And the reason I bought it on tonight was because, telling you, I was downloading all these videos and going through all my memories on Facebook to get the videos down before they delete them. And I don't know how many years ago today it was, but I sat in my front garden. So it was pre-COVID. No, it wasn't. It was COVID time, because that's when I started knitting in my front garden. It was the 8th of June, and it was National Knit in Public Day. And this was what I had on my head when I was sitting in my front garden knitting in public. And so I thought, oh, that's appropriate. So I looked it up, and today is not national, although it's the 8th, it's not National Knit in Public Day today. Next weekend, so it's about the 14th, I think it's 14th, which is Saturday. So next Saturday is Knit in Public Day. So I will have to talk to Helen perhaps at Isle of Wool and see whether there isn't something that we can do around knitting in public. She's crochet, although she runs a wool shop, but she does crochet. I much prefer knitting, so I need to talk to her about that. So that's why I thought I'd bring the hat to show you today, because I thought that was how my brain goes. I make no excuses for it. It's not going to change anytime now. My favourite hat. Wait a minute. Oops, hang on. Let's move the comments up. Good night, Richard. Wait a minute. Let's see. So, Hazel's just saying, just scrolled through the comments and seen how many birthdays there are at the moment. Oh, it's Hazel's birthday tomorrow. Right. Those of you who are still here, what a good job you just came in, Hazel. Right. I'm going to take that hat off. I'm going to put on the smiley hat, because this has to be the birthday hat, because the birthday hat, as you will, if you watch the replay, the birthday hat is in a box, in a thing on the top of my wardrobe. I put it up there today, not realizing we had any birthdays. But I do have my birthday glasses. Here we are. I have my birthday glasses, and Heather has just put this up. Heather has put happy birthday, Hazel, and she's put some birthday cakes and some people blowing blowers and some party poppers there. So I am going to sing specially for Hazel. She might wish I wasn't. But you can't come in on a broadcast like this at the, and then not have us sing to you. That wouldn't be fair, would it? It would be rude not to sing. So I'm not going to make everybody put lots of emojis up. Heather's put enough. She's put lots of emojis up, so we'll go on that. Because I do need to finish in a minute. My throat is getting very dry and I need to stop talking because I've been talking for 2 hours and 34 minutes. That's a long time. And it's just me talking. I've got no interaction. I have got interaction, but I've got to do all the talking. So anyway, we are going to sing to Hazel now. Other four are potato crisps, choc, limes, banana, fritters, strawberry shortcake. Sorry, what do you? I've forgotten what you're talking about, Richard. Sorry, I got a bit confused there. Hang on. Whoops. Debs is saying happy birthday to. Oh dear, wait a minute. Hang on. I touched the comments and they all. We're celebrating the King's birthday today. It's a public holiday. Now, it was so funny because they said, oh, it's the King's, but it's the King's birthday honours here. But I know that I got a bit confused because I know that the King was born in November because he was born just before my sister's birthday because my mum missed having my sister on Charles's birthday, and I was supposed to be born on Princess Anne's birthday, and I came 19 days late. My sister was 10 days after Prince Charles. So, but of course, they have an official birthday, don't they? So this is. I've been doing the birthday honours around now. I'm not quite sure which day it was. I think I lost the plot a bit there. So anyway, I'm glad you're having a public holiday. That's nice. And wait a minute, I've missed. I think I missed some comments. No, I don't know if I did. Wait a minute, let's have a look. So you're having a public holiday. Oh, so please, next Saturday is Knit in Public Day. We are doing our Riverside Gala Fair. Excellent. So now you know. It was a bit confusing because I thought it would always on the 8th, on the same day. But there's International Knit in Public Day, and I wasn't quite sure. But anyway, I found something. If you Google it, I think you'll see that it's June the 14th this year. So happy birthday, Hazel, for tomorrow, says Vivian. So Vivian is in Kentucky, and Heather's in the States, and Hazel is in Australia. So we're very international tonight. And Ian's in Scotland, and I'm down on the Isle of Wight, and then we've got people in between as well. So we've got some Birmingham, and we got Cambridgeshire in, and all that. I don't know where everybody lives, but I know where a lot of you do. One or two of us on the Isle of Wight here. Right, don't forget the second weekend of July is Skinny Dip Day. Well, I will not be doing skinny dipping. You might have seen me with a lot of bare-chested men on my Facebook page today, but there's no way I'm going skinny dipping. I might be skinnier than I was, but I'm not going skinny dipping. And that's definite. And I can see that Debs is telling you off. She's saying Richard, and I can see that she's probably waggling her finger at you. Richard's saying we missed Nude Gardening Day on May the 4th. Oh dear. I didn't hear about that one, Richard. Good job I didn't. So we need to sing to Hazel. Yes, we do need to sing to Hazel. Right, here we go. Right, let me just have a drink and then I will sing to Hazel. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Hazel. Happy birthday to you. I'm glad you made it into the broadcast before that must have been why I talked so long. I must have had another sixth sense that somebody else was coming in who had a birthday. So, that's just sending all our birthday wishes to you. That's lovely. So, folks, I think that I need to stop talking. I think I need to rest my voice. It's getting a bit dry here. And go and chill out and maybe go to bed and get some sleep. You'll get your house your house, your house coat. I think you mean your house coat. It says your house gospel. I think that was probably just little fat fingers or something on there. Yes, I knew what you meant. Sometimes it's those, you know, I don't always hit the right keys. Actually, Siri plays games with me because I dictate into my phone a lot more because it's easier. But Siri's having some right games with me, and sometimes I have to check very carefully because Siri sometimes puts rude words. And if I push the send button before I've checked it, that could get me into a lot of trouble, couldn't it? I get myself into trouble anyway, you know, but Siri helps me to get into more trouble. So, folks, oh, I forgot to tell you too, I became a trustee for the first time in my life this week because we have a community centre around here, and it's been out of action for a long time. And you might have heard me talk about it before. And 4 years ago, I spoke to a councillor and said, we need to get it back into the community. And so I pushed that first button, and the wheels have ground very slowly, but now there's action happening. It took a long time to find the old trustees who really never wanted to be trustees, and there was a lot of ins and outs. But it's finally, you know, the wheels have been grinding, and they were looking for new trustees. And I said, does trustees have to do paperwork? Because I don't do paperwork. But trustees don't have to always do paperwork. Somebody might have to do paperwork. But I said, it's not me. I said, if you've got somebody who can do the job better than me, I don't mind not being a trustee. Anyway, they decided that that they wanted me. So I am going to be a trustee until somebody comes along who decides that, you know, maybe they can be a better trustee than me or whatever. We'll see. So anyway, I am going to go now and just rest this little old voice of mine. I haven't worn it out. And so I'm going to wish everybody a very happy week. We haven't had the best of weather here at the moment, but it doesn't matter because we can still be cheerful even when the weather's not good, especially if you have silly glasses and fun hats and things like that. You can just make people smile. And one of the things that I've been finding is that rainbows make people smile. So I bought my handbag, my rainbow handbag, and lots of people comment on it. And then I bought the rainbow hat and the rainbow glasses, and I've got rainbow socks. And you know, I must get some rainbow leggings or something like that. You know, go really over the top. What do you think? And now I can wear things like that more. Scottish weather is very changeable. Yes, it's. I actually put my heating on this week. Can you believe it? It's June, and I put the heating on. You know, in the past I wouldn't have done that. I'd have just wrapped up more. Well, I did put an extra jumper on, but because I had pneumonia, I am never wanting to get cold and shivery and that sort of thing. So I thought, well, blow it. I'm cold. I'm going to put the heating on. Didn't put it on for long, but just to take the chill off. So there we go. Anyway, I've done it again, haven't I? I've said goodbye, and then I'm still chatting. You enjoyed my broadcast, so see you again. Thank you, Vivian, for coming in. Lovely to have you here. Lovely to have everybody here. If anybody now comes in on the replay, so you know this is for talking to viewers of the future. If you come in on the replay, please pop replay in the comment so that I can actually get back to you and know that you've joined us and would actually, you know, greet you. Maybe not as you do it, but you know, I'd certainly try and get back to everybody who comments. So, folks, that's it for another week. You never know. I might do a random broadcast in less than a week's time. Who knows? Who knows what I might do? You know, not going backwards and forwards so much to my daughters at the moment. But I do have a lot of stuff to do. As I told you, I've got hundreds and hundreds of videos to get down off of Facebook. So I will do my best, and I will be publishing them all, but a lot of them are just set to private at the moment because it's more crucial to get them off of Facebook and down onto my camera roll and then up onto YouTube and just sit there privately until I've got time to put all the stuff that goes in that I'd have to tell you about in the links. So there we go. You can tell when you cross the border south, rain gets warmer. Right, okay. Cheers for now. Have a good week ahead, everyone. Absolutely. So thank you all. I do value you all, folks. You know, we might be a small group here, but it doesn't matter. You're all very valuable to me, and thank you, because that's just so nice to see. Bye, everybody. Catch you all again soon. Should be fine for next week. I don't think there's anything to stop me broadcasting next Sunday. It will be from here again. Should be, unless things change. You never know. Bye.